Hey,
Welcome,
everyone.
ladies and gentlemen, to another IPL 250 right here. And I am joined with Silent and Caveman, as always, on the caster's desk. What's up, guys? How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
Absolutely. New patch ahead of us here for this tournament as well. I'm feeling extremely excited and ready for it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. put in a lot of games this week, and I'm really excited to see what people have discovered and what's going to be the top of the tournament this time. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It's exciting to see. We have the players just finishing up semifinals, so we're gonna go into the top 8 straight away, and we're gonna have a little bit of the data, see who made it, and check it all out here in the data center. All right, so we're gonna quickly go over the format, and then also the prize pool, and then we can jump into more nitty-gritty details. But yeah, here we are. Top 32 players made it into the tournament today. Top 16 coming from... Sorry, actually all top 32 players come from sit and go qualifiers. There's a little bit a mistake on the screen right there. So yeah, we had 2 sit and go qualifiers as always. Top 16 from each qualifier made it into the finals today. And then we played 2 best of 2s to come down to our best of 8 players that we are going to see now in the grand finals.
And that was definitely a different change compared to the last couple of IPL events, if I recall correctly. Before it used to be leaderboard, but now if you're saying it's all through sit and go, that means even more spots for anybody to come join and qualify, right?
Exactly. We opened it up all across the board. So the IPL 250, the one today, is going to be 100% through sit and go qualifiers. Then the IPL 500 has 16 spots, I believe, from the IPL leaderboard. The rest comes from sit and go, so 75% still open qualifiers. And then even for the IPL 1000, which was an invite-only event, we now have also, I think, half of the seats, or at least 16, coming from the qualifiers. We're going to have some infographics with that coming up in the next one. So yeah, everything has been opened more, so people can participate, and you don't need to have started in the league from the beginning. You can jump in mid-season, basically. All right, we have the prize pool right here on screen. Very self-explanatory. We changed that up a little bit as well, so all the different slots have a different prize tier. So we have them not grouped 8 to 4 and stuff like this. All the way down to 16, you have different prize pools. And then 17th to 24 is the same amount. And that's going to be it. And then we have also the schedule right here. Right now we are at the 3rd event in September. So we have another IPL 500 coming up this month. And then in October, first event is going to be the IPL 1000. That's going to be in 2 weekends' time. I'm really excited for that one.
500 and 200,000. That's going to be an incredible 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. And every time I look at the schedule, I'm surprised how close we are to December, Christmas, and also course,
oh, don't remind me.
The grand that'll that's like the World Championship. That's going to be so cool.
Well, I mean,
that'd be exciting, that's for sure.
We're getting a little bit past, like, more than halfway, right? At least with the 250s, we're on the 4th out of 7. So these 250s are chewing through, and soon, you got to get in. You got to start playing, though. Paz said that you don't need to have started from the beginning, but you need to start playing now. If you want to get in here, you want to compete in one of these, you need to start grinding. And then next Thursday, we have the turnover, so it's a perfect time to start playing. You could climb to the top of the leaderboard, get in either through that top of the leaderboard or attend one of these sit and goes, and you'll have a chance at one of these IPLs that are coming up as well.
100%. Caveman is right. So every last Thursday of the month, we have a ranked hard reset, and you can join the grind as soon as that happens, which is really cool, I think. And yeah, it's time to start, guys, but there will always be some things and some mechanics. We build a lot of things in to make people come in late as well and be able to join if you're one of the best players. If you're not the best player in the world, maybe you should start a bit earlier than the last call tournament, a few days before the World Finals.
It'd be a lot of pressure otherwise.
Yes, sir. Okay, here we have the IPL global leaderboard. Do we have any surprises here? We have Sota joining the top.
Third. He moved up significantly off of last week's win.
Yep. I think that gave him 100 points, if I remember correctly. So definitely a huge jump, quadrupling his points.
Zico Perico's still up there in the top 10 as well. It's a personal surprise to me anyway. They've made it far many a times. They haven't necessarily, I guess, cracked the top 5 in a grand final by any means, but they've been consistently finding their way into these later rounds, making their way up there.
Yes, sir. By the way, chat, guys, and especially Twitch and YouTube, and everybody else too, but you gotta come to Twitch and YouTube for this one. We're gonna do giveaways. We're gonna do raffles. We're gonna do trivia stuff today on stream for the viewers. So if you're one of the lucky early birds that is right now in the chat, you're in luck because we're gonna start with one trivia right away.
And while we're going to that, hit the like button and give us a comment. Help out this channel. You know, like, we need to show people that these tournaments are fun. They're epic. That we have people watching. Hook us up. Help the game grow. I mean, you're here watching right now. You're early. You know you are. Help us grow. Get in here and you know, give us comment.
Exactly. Spam the chats, please. Engagement helps the visibility of the stream. And hit all those buttons around your screen window, the thumbs, the comments, everything. Send it out to your friends and family. Grandma wants to see us. I'm sure she will be delighted. And yeah, if you want to win something here in the trivia, you have to have liked the video, so that's a minimum. By the way, this will be on YouTube. So the first one is going to be on YouTube. Second one is going to be on Twitch. We're going to separate those because there is different delay to keep it fair. And the contest here is, this is a foot, and we want to know whose foot it is. The first person to answer it gets 3 ILV. Good luck.
Oh.
I'm curious if you guys know it. I didn't tell you guys, so you can keep, you can guess with them if you want, except you're 100% sure, then maybe it's not so fair.
I'm not gonna make the comment just in case it does end up accidentally being right. But I know, working with some of the pictures of the alluvials for some YouTube thumbnails, one does stick out to mind. I'm curious if I've got it right or not, but I'll keep it to myself for now.
All right, you can post it in our chat, so then I can check afterwards.
That works
too. I think it is. But the thing is, which one is it? Which stage? You know? That's the tough part there.
True.
So far, we don't have a winner. We have Soto with Blotto. We have Anubis with Grocco. Definitely.
No. I think these are all
getting
wrong.
Getting close.
It's all wrong.
Then we have Sear. That's also not it. I'm new to a heart attack after those games, says Furies. That sounds like you made it in. Made it into the finals.
We need to talk about the standings of what happened in the finals. There were tiebreakers literally everywhere. It's crazy. We should definitely touch on that before we start.
Yeah, in a second we're gonna go over to the scores. We need a winner here first, though. I thought it was easier. So now we have R. Kelly on stage 3. I want to say some person was already close, but it was the wrong stage in chat. Crunk from Sota, that's not it either.
Oh, nope.
Paz, I tagged you in Discord. Did I get it right? Is that the right one?
Let me see. No? Okay, I'll give more tips. It's Dominant Affinities Fire.
Oh, what? Okay, I was way off. All right, this is fun. This is a good one. That was a good one. I'm jealous. Is it this one?
We're falling behind on schedule, guys. Come on. Arcos. No, it's Fire base affinity. It's Dominant Affinities Fire.
I mean, and Paz did give a hint that someone already got it.
There we go. Keaton Roadman.
There you go.
GG's. Look at that. I have to prove. Wrong. I have to prove somewhere. Wait, right here.
Hey,
you see the full picture.
Well, that was a good one, Paz. I like that. That was a really good one.
I thought it would be easy. I like it. Congratulations, Keaton Roadman. You win 3 LV. We have 5 more of those coming up. Well, not exactly those, but very similar. So, yeah, stick around, guys. Hit that like button, share button, all of that stuff. And Keaton,
Smash that like button.
yeah, Keaton, please reach out to me in Discord or Twitter or somewhere, and we'll get you sorted. We'll just have to prove that you're the right one, and yeah, it's gonna be easy. Okay, I don't think Twitch is ready for it yet. If you're ready, Twitch, we have one for you as well. But until that happens, let's quickly check out the scores because I think they might be in already.
Yeah, it must have been intense. If Furies is saying he's literally had a heart attack after those games. So very curious as to how this one ended up wrapping up.
See it. Quick refresh. Okay, we don't have it yet, but there's oh wow, bunch of tiebreakers. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We got 4 people with 9 points. And it looked like Web3 Gaming, Lemco, and Not Complain are out. Some really good players here. Didn't make it into the finals. By the way, guys, we're likely going to do best of 3 semifinals going forward as well. So, because now with the homepage and everything going more smoothly, we have more time to squeeze in another game to have a bit more of a competitive setting. That will hopefully solve some of these tiebreaker issues.
Yeah, I mean, we can just look at those lobbies. I don't know if the finals will populate, but if we're looking at lobby 1, so we have Slicks, Fox Spirit, Anubis, and Nariba. They were all in one lobby.
Wow.
I'm sure that they were all
That's
so
the death
scared.
lobby.
That sounds terrible. That's just the top 4. You also have Hollow in there, Guerres, like a lot of other players that have been consistent. And just seeing that we have a tie for 12 points from Fox Spirit and Anubis. Nariba squeezed in it with 11 with another tiebreaker, getting into 4th place. That would have been a sweat lobby for the semifinals. I would not want to be in that one. And then in lobby 2, as Paz mentioned before, there was a 4 or 5 person. No, it was 4. A 4-person tiebreaker for 4th place with 9 points. We have Borges managed to sneak in there, and then we've got Aki, which I've not seen that name before, so that's new to me.
It's new to me too.
Yeah, it's awesome to see new players popping in there. As you can see, this person could be qualified for the full IPL if he does well in this tournament, or she. And then we got Furious Hype in 2nd place, and then Lynx took first of lobby 2. So this is gonna be a really exciting top 4 or top 8, I should say.
Yeah, really cool to see. By the way, the tiebreakers are best performance. So we have the 2 winners up here on top of the tiebreakers. And then after this is the most best performances, so the most wins. And then after that is last match performance. And in the last match, Borgers here went first and Not Complain went last. So I would say a deserved...
clutched it in the last game.
Yeah, deserved tiebreaker right here. And Not Complain seemed to kind of have... choked in the last game because he almost came in even though he went last in the end. Yeah.
Now you're definitely kicking yourself in that kind of situation if you're Not Complaining. You start off the first game, get the W, and pretty much in that instance, you just have to make, I think, top 6 and you're okay. Which sounds way easier than sometimes it can actually end up being. So definitely feel for Not Complaining this time by, but I am also very excited to see how Borges does on what I believe is their first grand final here for us in IPL.
Yeah, Borges and Aki, I think definitely newcomers. Little fun fact, Aki, exactly written that way, used to be the name of my cat. So maybe she came, she reincarnated and is now playing Illuvium. It's kind of funny.
We also saw some others get knocked out in that semifinals. We got Web3 Gaming TV got knocked out. MKO, Hollow, like wow.
Sarah, yeah.
You know, but it's interesting. I mean, Slicks has been out for the last 2, correct? So like seeing him back in, maybe he felt comfortable with his points, didn't want to put as much effort the last couple weeks. But then the new patch came out. He wanted to show he's still on top of it. Decided to come in and get a 1st place at his lobby, showing some clear strength in this new patch.
Mm-hmm.
Slicks was also just constantly on the grind. It felt like maybe these last 2 or 3 days, always had a stream going, always playing ranked. Like you can tell they really put their heart into this IPL, and so far being rewarded for it as we look like we have another giveaway up ahead here.
Yes, because we have a lot, so I want to punch through some while I load into the game because players are getting ready. We're going to jump into the game in a second. But I just thought I'd try my luck here. And this one goes out to the Twitch chat. So if you're sitting in YouTube right now, don't be sad. You can have Twitch and YouTube open at the same time, just for this. But yeah, this is for Twitch chat out there. Whose foot is this? Which Illuvial does this foot belong to? I know it's a we have a weird thematic today, all the feet, but I think it's great. It's a holo, as you can see. So let's see who can come up with it.
And also, the game is up.
Yep.
If you want to load that in while we're doing on the last one.
Take a screenshot, guys, and we're loading into the game, and you can answer anytime. The foot doesn't need to stay on the screen for you to win 3 LV in this trivia question right here.
I mean, I don't know which one that is. I'm feeling like is it an empath? Can we give a hint? Is it an empath? We got
Nope.
people already guessing. For Minio, that Sota. I was actually thinking maybe it was part of that.
All right, guys, you keep guessing. The trivia question is still up. We come back to it later, but for now, I think we can join into the game.
Oh yeah, and we see Sota. Yeah, Sota, you didn't make it in here. That's rough to win last week and not be in here today. But all right. Paz pulled it up. We are in game. One thing to note, we are in the Abyssal Basin region. We got 2 random base imprints. So this is going to be really interesting to see how deep these synergies are going to be going, or are we going to have rainbow compositions where we got all the different colors, all the different classes. I'm going to be really curious which is the better path to go. Should we be going deep into 8 water? I've seen a lot of people playing that recently, or making sure that 6 air is secured, but then you have a variety of other affinities set up. It should be exciting to see. We do have weapons that have been given out as well. Paz, if you want to go over all the weapons, I'm sure you can pop out of that.
Yes, sir. It's really nice because now we have improved spectate features, so we can just hover over the people and see them. So we got Anubis with the Nature Fighter Sword. Well, then we got now Furies in top with... All right. Quickly, I'm going to let this round... finish here. I'm gonna start.
Keeps moving on, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start from the bottom. Nareba, and now I don't see weapons. Okay, Nareba got the Bulwark air weapon. We got Aki on the Water Fighter weapon. Then we got the Nature Fighter weapon on the Anubis. We have Aqua Blaster Water Scion here coming through for Lynx. Fox Spirit with the Fire Bulwark weapon, Slick's Hype with the infamous Nature Rogue weapon, Borgas with Earth Empath, and then Furies with Earth Rogue. So we have, I think everybody has a different weapon actually.
Yeah, good variety. We have 2 rogue comps, so it's good to see that there's not one who's going to really take away with rogues by themselves. I feel like that'd be a pretty easy one. We could see Borgas doing something with his Shadow Maul, the Empath Earth weapon, that could be used for Revenant as well, depending on how he decides to go with that. I'm really excited to see... shoot, it just moved on me. Lynx with his water blaster, with the 8 water being a little bit more relevant. And he did get a Scion chip and a Bulwark chip, so going deep into 8 water could be beneficial for him if he can hit the right units. And we do have a water Graco, so that's a solid tier 0 to have in the water field. So be interesting to see what he's going to be doing there as well. Seeing Slicked with the... Go ahead, Pest.
No, I just wanted to say, let us know how you like the stream. We have obviously a few changes here. For once, our cameras are not on stream. We also have different intro music. There is a different little mouse. And yeah, we constantly try to improve, so feel free to let us know in Discord and anywhere you like to let us know how we can improve and what you like, what you don't like.
Awesome.
Now, with this new patch coming into play here, Caveman, I was curious, is there any sort of competition, or not competitions, but compositions that have stood out for you as a whole, or has it been relatively still in that experimental phase?
I cannot with confidence say that I know anything that's particularly taking the charge. I know that there's been quite a bit of variety actually, which it's feeling really refreshing to see so many comps winning. And I've been taking screenshots of every game and watching to the end to see what are the winning comps. And then what I do is then I'll take that composition, I'll figure out how much MP does that actually cost. I'm trying to figure out what can place top one with the cheapest amount of MP. And so maybe eventually we'll have some analytics and stuff. We can start talking about that towards the end of a match, and we'll be able to break down, okay, this was the winning composition. This was how much MP they had to get to secure this win condition. I think that'd be really interesting to show all the different players. What about you guys?
Really cool. It's a different way to think about the game, that's for sure. I know for a while, at least in the last stream, we were kind of worried about toxics going crazy, but we've been seeing more of them, but maybe not necessarily running away with things as much as we had expected, as we have our first carousel of the of the grand final.
And we got to talk about it, right? Lynx just got a tier 3 heady with another water imprint. He's easily going to be able to secure his 8 water now. And he's already got Harbinger online with the water blaster. I could see him start to scale that quite well into a disgusting 8 water comp. I'm really excited to see. Will that be able to punch into the top 1? He's not going to have any competition either. No one's going water. In fact, I don't even think anyone else is going for Axon. And he might have that all to himself, getting an easy Axodon and then getting Tsunami online, get a Flood, get a Sin Elf, and he should be doing a pretty pretty cheap and easy coasting to this maybe a top 4 finish there.
Yeah, I'm watching him. I'm watching him right now. Let's follow Lynx and let's play a bit of King of the Hill and follow whoever wins the rounds. And yeah, we're gonna get into here with 5 water versus Anubis from Syndicate.
Now let's see how this one ends up going down in terms of firepower for Lynx. May not necessarily have that much right now, really relying on that Ranger to bring the pain. The little Tatofi in the back line got to do some damage as well. But what they lack in firepower, they have plenty for in terms of that front line. Look how strong it's able to hold for now. As I say that, though, the first tanks are starting to fall. But that 5 bulwark coming out here from Lynx is doing exactly what it needs to do. Every single time they get hit, they get chipped away. Anubis will end up falling here early in this one.
Huge damage coming out from the Axon. Wow.
Oh yeah, 3,000 and oh man, he's got the Scion imprint with 3 Scion too, so it's already starting to ramp up significantly there. He's also got the reflecting status reactor, which gives 75 damage, physical damage for every time he gets attacked, and that actually did half of his damage. I don't know if you can still see the damage chart.
That's incredible.
It was 50%. So that's going to be really good, especially against these rogues that when they jump to the back line, you just have this Axon who can just tank and they're just going to kill themselves on it. We'll see if he positions that Axon back line and really catches all those rogues.
Yeah, let's see it. So we are seeing a 5 water composition. We're still missing 1 for the 6 water. Rogue goes into the back. The Axon is not really in the back, so the Grokko will be the sacrificial lamp right here. And also the Kara Blue is tanking for the back line. It looks pretty good still. The Penguin now has an entry into the TNT, one of the main damage dealers here in the back line. Will be able to take it down, but the Axon is actually the main carry of the team, which is still looking good, still doing a lot of damage. 5,000 coming in from the Axon compared to the best damage dealer on red side with 1,600 to slapping. GG's, Harbinger for the win.
That did so much damage just by existing. Jeez.
It's just interesting. If you don't know what the Harbinger composition does, as they lose health, they get more and more Omega power. And that's why that last bubble popped, the Axon's ability. It just exploded and did so much damage. It deleted that Penguin and a lot of the other rogues around, really dealing that damage. It almost looked like Lynx was going to lose, but that was the big turning point right there. Just so low health, and then it got its bubble.
We'll have to see how this one goes. Now we can see if Lynx manages to pull off the King of the Hill 3 in a row, but this time has to go up against Fox Spirit. Has that Lynx evolved up into its second stage, but they did also get that TNT now up to that second stage, of course. Relatively even battle right now. That Lynx is the main damage here for the side of Fox Spirit, will end up falling. And I think there's still just enough front line. We see that Axon still hanging in there beautifully. Nice little composition coming out here from Lynx once again, taking control of this lobby.
Wow. Okay. He was also going hyperactive. He was playing versus a full fire team, so that was really good for him as well.
True.
Yeah. And so I'm taking a quick look at all of the other compositions, seeing who else is going to be competing for that Seafrist, because it would help him if he's going to go for the Tsunami Invoker later on. That's one of the more late game potentials that he can do if he doesn't want to stick with Harbinger. And he does look like he's going to have some competition. Borges is going to be going for that Seafrist. And then there's one other player with a... Oh, no, it's just Borges. And he's going with the 7 Earth, which he already has online. I know we're not following him, but it'll be very interesting to see that. Now we got Aki, new player in. What do we think? Will he be able to break through?
He's going up versus Lynx right here. Aki versus Lynx. I don't know if he will be able to break it. His rogues are definitely gonna try here in the back line. They're jumping, but Coral Blue is tanking. It looks like Axon might be going down here versus the Lynx. Goes in fact down. And this is looking dire for Lynx. He is still looking pretty good, but the backline is in danger. The TNT will get one more cast off, almost finishing all of the rogues.
Wow.
And Axon let down the team, but that gave TNT an opportunity to step up and be the carry they needed.
Managing to pull through. That's wild. Really, really good win streak he's managed to pull through there. We're now in a PvE round. Perhaps we take a look at who else is on a major win streak. We have Borges also sitting on a win streak. I think he's on a 6-win streak as well. And then we've got, oh no, the other win streak got broken. So we've just got Lynx and Borges. And this is looking really good for Lynx also. If he keeps going into the water, he's going to have hyper advantage versus Borges. So if for some reason Borges was the ultimate winner in this lobby, Lynx could be his one counter if it comes down to that. So that's looking really, really quite good. Maybe at this moment, we also take a moment to look at his drone augments. So what he has is Nature's Transfusion, so where he gains a percentage of their max health as a mega power. This could be interesting if he does decide to stick with his 5 Bulwark. They're all big tanks. They're in a decent amount of mega power, and that's also going to scale his Axon well. I don't actually typically use this. I'm not sure how often you use this, Paz, or Silent, but I just don't see that. But he does have the combat rhythm, getting that Omnivamp also for everyone that he kills. So that may, even if the Axodon is the last unit live, it could be a major unit towards the end. Just after it's eliminated several others, it can just heal up after it pops a bubble each time.
Yeah, combat rhythm is by far my favorite drone augment to go for. It has so many use cases, except I guess for Scion. It's a little bit weaker there. But for all fighters and rogues, it's so good to have. And yeah, we're gonna see how it performs here in 7 Earth, 2 Granite. Huge composition coming out for Bogus.
Let's see how sets of rogues. Immediately that Fleesh is going to get jumped on. Probably not going to be long for this world, except everybody just immediately now turns and burns onto the Gorilla. But by just getting rid of the Fleesh, it means that everybody else is focused on the other side. Aki's squad is going to fall in rather quick fashion as we see the beautiful drone blast coming out here from the Battle Pass, actually. Doing a nice little whack onto Aki's health, knocking him down.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why Aki's struggling right now. I think it's because there's actually an additional player. You have Anubis running the Nature Sword. He already managed to get the Riptorus and has the Greater Monk here. He's just a lot further along in the comp. Aki is like kind of doing a mix of the Berserkers and the Rogues. I'm not sure where his focus is. I feel like he needs to tone that down. He's still only level 5, and that could be something that will set him back.
Yeah, I've found pretty good success in Leviathan with this composition, because in Leviathan the more damage the better. But it seems like here a little bit the sustain, the tankiness is missing on the side of Aki. And yeah, it's Predators plus Berserkers. But if you face versus this right here, versus 3 Toxic, 5 Bulwarks, your damage is likely not gonna be enough. The Rogues here in the backline are gonna be eaten alive by the Scorpion. And we have the main carry here being on the right side with the Ranger and the Lynx. They're trying to chew through, but this Twine alone is such a big, sturdy tree, and they're not going to be able to fell it. in this round.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Aki. He needs to make some changes or he will struggle to find his path forward. I do want to take a moment just to look at what we were calling earlier, Lynx versus Borgus, just when they finally did their fight, and Lynx managed to break that win streak from Borgus, taking the first place. So that'll be really exciting to see how that matchup works out later down the road. We now have a carousel here. Well, what are your guys' thoughts on the new augment symbols?
I like those. I think, of course, it's really hard at first when you get everything is reworked, right? Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody has to read them again. But I think those are gonna get better than the old ones very fast, because it's gonna be easier to see them at a glance and know what they are. The things I don't like so much yet is the components. They look a little bit too basic to me. The reds, the yellow, blue, and was it red? But yeah, I think I need to get more used to it. But this, yeah, it looks a bit too basic, I think. But yeah, how about you, Zalin?
I'll be that guy. I miss the old icons. I miss they were very, very distinguishable. But it's also because I've just been familiar with those ones for a much, much longer time. But to the battle at hand this time, we have two players down towards the bottom, with Slicks and Aki both having a bit of a struggle. Immediately, all the rogues just surround the Ape-on. Sure, they got stunned, but it does not matter if you immediately eliminate them, and they're so far been able to absolutely shred through this front line. Slicks might be down near the bottom, but they might have finally found what they needed, because that looked dominant.
Okay, but we have to take a second. I think Aki must be either AFK or something is happening. If you look at his position, he didn't backline any of his tank units. He let the rogues just murder his Riptor and his, like, I think something is up. Okay, he's moving stuff around now. Oh, he was doing a hard reroll to get his Exalted Gorilla, and he just hit it. So he's really pushing to get the Mud online. That's what he's trying to go for. He's trying to go for 4 Mud with the Ranger Berserker. That must be his main intention. He managed to get the Chikundi as well. So now that might be a huge power spike they needed. Oof. He needed to do something. He's at 28 HP, but he's going against Fox Spirit here. Oh boy. He's gonna take this one.
And he's very close. He just needs like 3 more apes right here. He also found the Kara Dulux. So he definitely found his power spike, but Fox Spirit is not an easy person to go up against. The Monkey here is going to be, or the Gorilla rather, is going to be who we're going to look at. He's going to fall in the end, and again, enemy team seems too tanky. There's 2 useless Apons in the backline, providing basically nothing. They should have been in the front line. I think time ran out for Aki, and I want to give some words of consolidation or whatever you want to call it. I feel him. So many times I run out of time. I need to do 10 things at the same time, especially if you have a lot of money. You want to roll down. You have to reposition all of that stuff. And it's in the first grand finals possibly for him. So the nerves come into play as well. So definitely very easy to make some mistakes in a situation like this.
And what's interesting about that too is that was right before a PvE round. He was hoping to win that to save some health. He didn't get it. So now he also just destroyed his economy for nothing. That is the worst feeling. You hate to see that when it does happen. And hopefully he can get these last little monkeys right after this, or he's going to be struggling for the rest of this game. And he has a lot of competition. This is a competitive one. You have a lot of people with the greater Apon or Monkier. Yeah, there's 3 other players with that, and I'm sure Borgus has more on the bench. He has 2 Apons on the bench at least, so that's gonna be really tough for him to finish that. Let's hope he gets it. I want to see 4 Mud online, but we'll see. He managed to get the Exalted Monk here, and he got the Exalted.
Wow,
he's got it, and he needs it because he's going against the full air comp right here, and a Rampy to finish it up.
All right, that's great. You got your units, but guess what? Now you need to play an entire rest of the game of perfect Illuvium because you're pretty much on the bubble at 16 health here.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. I mean, the 4 Muds might definitely carry him to maybe a better positioning and not going out last. But yeah, top 4 is very far away after such a tragic performance in the early game.
when they might have the firepower now, but can they survive some of these rogues coming in from the left-hand side? The Exalted Monk here, you work so hard to try and get that. It's going to get bursted down immediately. That Lynx just completely shredding. The Rampion's going to try and make up for it a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, you may have gotten the 4 mud. It might not be enough, but it's a solid tank line over on the right-hand side. But do they have enough damage? Somehow, that Lynx is going to end up falling. How about that Cardelox hanging on by a thread? I keep forgetting about that little brown bear tearing through, and Aki, you're not done yet. Hanging on, taking out a Nariba here, and holding on with 16 health.
Oh my gosh, and look at the Ranger damage. The Ranger ended up becoming the carry there with almost 10k damage. What happened is the 4 mud units got all just deleted pretty early. Like, we saw the Monkey go down quickly, we saw the Gorilla go down next, and then the Apon. All that attack damage and Omega power got transferred to the other units, which were then the Ranger, the Cardelox, and they ended up becoming just massive units, being able to hold the line at the end there. Crazy to see. Absolutely crazy to see.
Incredible stuff.
Now we're looking at Aki versus Furies. Can he hold it again with this massive rogue comp? And Furies is top of the board now. He's managed to knock Lynx off and Fox Spirit. He's got all of these rogues on standby. Got 3 Revenant, 3 Dust. A very solid composition. As we mentioned before this show started. Who's going to take this one?
It's going to be a tough one. We got the fully augmatized Ramfight jumping right here into the backline. It's going to be greeted by the big Cardelox right here. But 5 rogues focusing. It is going down rather quickly. It also has the airship, so it's dodging a little bit, but not enough. Ramfight is going to go up into the air right here. It's going to hit 4 units, taking most of them down, but it's not over yet. As we've seen earlier, the mud transfers the stats to other units, and it seems like those 2 mud units have picked it up, almost one-shotting the Ramfight, but it was not enough.
Wow.
Down to 4 health.
Aki barely holding on there. You know that he's clenching. He's like, I need to get levels. As soon as he can get to level 7, he's got a Riptor on the bench ready to put in, activating that 2 toxic, making his Cardelox hopefully survive a little bit longer as well. And now he's going against a really hard counter here with the hyper mechanic. There's a lot of water here, and he's got to hope that that Exalted Gorilla can snipe those dangerous Scion units in the backline, but he's got so much tank, and that's even an Exalted Graco sitting in the front there. Good luck punching through all of that. This is going to be a tough one. And he does have 8 water online as well.
Gosh, that Sinalf in the backline is going to get charged up so quickly, and it's just a matter of where is this thing going to target. At least with there being so much frontline, there is a lot of spread it out, but actually they did kind of line things up for them. Unfortunate here for Aki. The Riptor being in the back ended up being the perfect target, but it looks like the rest of the team just straight up does not care. They have shredded through that front line. They finally get stalled out a little bit by that Exalted Graco, but everybody else has fallen. It was just down to the Ranger. Aki shall survive. And from what looks like to be a dominating position, Lynx is now falling down the board.
What just happened? That Exalted Gorilla one-shot both of the 2 carries, I believe. So that and I don't even know if, real quick, we have on synergies, the Ranger was still Harbinger and got one-shot by the Exalted Gorilla. That is wild. Absolutely crazy to see. 4 mud managing to hold on there. Really, really impressive to see. And Aki did manage to hit level 7 and get that Riptor in, so that was a huge difference as well. Go ahead.
I guess you don't have to worry about the Harbinger buff getting more Omega power the lower your health goes if you just, delete their entire health bar and not worry about it. My goodness, what a play.
Exactly. And having that Predator really made it help just take that last 10 to 15% off their health too. Now he's going against Borges. Can he take him down?
Borges from Sura here going against Aki on the bubble with 4 HP. It's gonna be a tough fight for both of them. We see 7 Earth and 3 Granite, so definitely a very tanky composition. But our rogues are already in the backline trying to take down the healer, but the other healer is healing him. So as long as you have 2 healers healing each other, it seems like it's gonna be enough. But also the front line of the green side doesn't budge, and yeah, nobody's dying, and it seems like slowly but surely Aki here is gonna take down Borges and live to see another fight.
Yeah, very interesting to see that the main damage dealer there was actually the Cardalox. Did a significant amount of it. He was also casting quite a bit, being able to take the energy from the enemy team. So that was also helping. But really interesting to see that that was the main damage. I did see the Exalted Gorilla and the Chikundi getting caught up in the enemy Apon quite a bit. It actually knocked the Gorilla out of its cast, I think, twice. So that was really, really interesting and really slowed down. I thought it might have been looking bad for Aki diving into that, but he managed to secure another victory. We'll see if he can keep holding on.
I wonder why there was just no damage on the side of Borgas. Because the highest damage dealer was a Goliath with 4,000 and the Forest could not perform. So I got a replay right here, so maybe if we're fast we can look into it. That's a little bit behind. Yeah, we have a PB round. So the Forest starts in the middle. And then there's a reposition going on. Now it is on the left side.
It survived for quite a while. I'm surprised its damage was so low.
Yeah. I guess also the augments are not the best for it. Not very offensive augments. A little bit hybrid build there. And I guess it's stuck on the Crunk, which makes it blind as well. Oh. Hard to say. I guess Aki just has a huge power spike right now, which makes his opponents look weak.
Yeah. And I mean, Borgas's Ranger is the Shadow Maul, which is not super damage intensive. He does have 2 Mystic from it, but it just wasn't enough. But looking back at Aki, since he's down at 4 HP, can we watch him come from 4 HP all the way to winning this first round? It'd be a wild comeback story, and I almost want to see it.
Let's do it.
And now he's going against Anubis. So let's see. Anubis was looking really good earlier. He's sitting at 27 health. Who's going to take this one?
We'll see. Of course, Anubis has a bunch of additional healing with the 5 natures, the 3 toxic, as well as the 5 bulwarks. This is going to be a tanky, beefy squad to try and deal with. Diving on through. The Exalted Gorilla immediately going to focus down the Fern. That's some big damage. Immediately eliminated off the board for Anubis. Now that Archos, the big AoE healer, is going to get taken off the board as well. The main threat now is just that Riptorus on the red side. And I don't think they're going to be able to get through the numbers game. And that's another beautiful shot here for Aki. Hanging on, not going to be the first one eliminated. Borgas was leading the lobby at one point, first eliminated in this game.
Oh,
we just found a Gazier too. That's so unfortunate. 3 Mystic.
Yeah, he was looking pretty good, but just I can only imagine that the 3 Mystic just wasn't enough, and not getting the mud on top of that. If you go 7 Earth and you don't get the mud, I think that is detrimental. But yeah. Now we're looking at Aki versus Slicks. This could knock out, either one of them could be knocked out right now. Slicks has a massive rogue army here, a very well statted ram fight that could pop. We've got the what do we got? We have 3 Revenant, or no, it's 2 Vanguard. He's only got 2 Vanguard on. The Ranger with the Vinebound Cleaver. Who will take this one?
It's gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna definitely keep our looks out for the Ramfight and the Vermilia, doing both big AoE damage, and we have the slap in here on the other side from Slick's perspective. And it is looking pretty good already. Some units have died already. Ramfight goes up in the air, deals a lot of damage, even to the Karo Dulux, and it seems like just the last units alive is gonna be the Ramfight with 1 more cast and a dream. It's not gonna be enough. Slicks knocked out at 7th place.
Oh, and you know what was absolutely wild was that the Apon was positioned perfectly to stun them, slow them down, and then it was auto-attacking the Ramfight right before it cast, sapping all of its Omega power and really draining it of being able to actually do that maximum burst damage that needed to be done. And it just didn't happen. We also had Anubis get knocked out during that fight as well, and he managed to get up to 2 Berserker and just didn't make it. Where Aki is slowly working his way up from last place with 4 HP and a dream. And he's going against Ariba on a massive win streak. He managed to get the 8 air. He's got 4 shock. This could be tough. Wait, am I watching the right fight? I'm watching the wrong fight. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it is versus Nariba, but versus the Ghosts.
Okay.
Yeah, versus the Ghost, but still could be the elimination here if Aki cannot pull through. It looks like, once again, MVP, honestly, to this Gorilla. It is finding the big targets and immediately assassinating them, doing exactly what they need to do. This one looked easy mode here for Aki, still hanging on by a thread.
Ooh.
No problems. Right. Fury's down at 9 HP, man. I'm becoming a big Aki fan right here. Almost,
but
almost even.
I just took a look at the opponent, Lynx. Early on, we saw him 8 water, 3 steam. He has the Duelif online, and
oh my goodness,
with Slicks out of the line, there's a whole bunch of rakes back in there, or at least a whole bunch of dashes. He could easily get an Umbre online too, and that would be a perfect counter to this water or this earth comp that Aki's running. But I don't know. It's gonna be tough. We'll see.
Yeah, Link's looking really good with the dual F. I think Aki is just praying to not match against him. He's gonna be against Fox Spirit right here, who has found a Seer. So that is also looking quite dangerous with 2 Magmas, 2 Harbinger online as well, and 5 Bulwarks. We're gonna see if the Gorilla and the Chukundi can get into the backline and delete some of this unit. It's looking pretty good. Fair Knight goes down, which is a big kill here. And overall, yeah, green is just overwhelming Fox Spirit's units here, and easy pickings.
Well, Aki managed to get the rye plants. He's got 3 Berserker online, has so many carries that can do significant damage. Aki taking 4th place. Fury's getting knocked out with a Ram Fire. Aki made it to top 4. Congrats on this comeback.
That's crazy.
What is happening? I love to see it, man.
I know we've been watching them a lot here in this game, because normally you see someone so low health, it's super stressful. I think they're on death's door, or you're on the bubble to get eliminated. But no, proving us wrong. I made the comment they had to play basically perfect Illuvium. They are right there. They had one minor slip up, but it wasn't not a bad enough slip up to cost them their life. And now to make top 4, that is incredible.
So cool to see. And Nareba and Fox Spirit are also on the bubble, 1 life left. So next round's gonna be big.
It's gonna be huge, but the thing is, Aki has smashed both of them with no problem. He even took out Lynx really quite easily last time before he had the dual lift. Aki could take this away.
I think we're gonna see Aki versus Nareba.
All right. They got a bunch of items too. I don't know if you saw, there was 2 crates. I don't know if those were legendary augments or just regular ones, but it's gonna make it. They're just regular augments, it looks like. But everyone's getting augmented up. There's so many, like, it's impossible to, like, track all of those. But some of these pro players probably can literally understand where all the power and damage is coming from in each of these units.
This is gonna be a huge fight.
That's so scary.
There is 9 air units on the side of Nareba, so definitely a lot of dodge here, which is gonna be pretty good versus all these fighters and rogues. So you're gonna see how that's gonna turn out.
He did get the 2 Tempest online too.
Yeah, that's a huge composition. All right, we're gonna keep an eye out to the left side here where the Octius is lying, and the rogues managed to get into the backline. So if they're able to take down the Octius, it's gonna be huge.
Immediately diving on through, and at least the Chukundi is the one that does have the clumsy inflicting augment, but it may not be enough here. Hang on, though. It looks like the Ripley that's alongside the rest of the squad have been able to tear through, but big lightning coming out from Nareba. The dream run for Aki, did it finish? It is not. It's still alive. Fox Spirit's out. Nareba's out. Aki versus Lynx for the final rounds here of our first grand final.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is amazing. And you know why he was able to survive? I wish we could see damage. Can I still see damage? I can not. No, I can't. I'm on the wrong person. Or can I? I want to see. No, it doesn't show. The rye plants healed so much from the Omni Vamp. He managed to take out that the kangaroo unit early on, getting at least a little bit of life steal, and then he just slowly chewed each individual player, climbing the ranks. But now we have a final match, or potentially the final match against Lynx. Lynx has got the Umbre online, has 3 steam. against 4 Mud. Which one's going to take the place? This is going to be crazy. The 4 Mud have to kill quickly because the water gain Omega power every time they cast, and that Umbre is going to get really nasty. Okay, Umbre's in the back line. A huge beam just went through the entire Mud team. Everything is deleted.
Oh no.
That's gonna be it.
And with that. So close, but honestly, second place, considering you're that far down. Not bad, Aki, not bad, but congrats to the Lynx for taking that.
GG's, man. That feels like a first place. That feels like winning the tournament. He was at 4 HP and the 7th person was at like 40 and he managed to get all the way up to second place. I'm an Aki fan right here.
That was an impressive debut. I feel like we couldn't even commentate on that last one because we were just so immersed on who's going to take this. And oh my gosh, that was a crazy, crazy win. The 8 water, we called it out a little bit earlier on. No one was competing with it. You get that 8 earth by yourself, or the 8 water by yourself, and then you get a duel. If you get an Umbre, like it's just that's hard. That's really hard. And he decided to stick with the Harbinger. I don't know if you guys saw that. He actually attached the Singed to the Ranger, giving it Harbinger steam instead of going like a Tsunami route, which I think that was the better route to go since he did get the dual lift online. You got the Umbre. That was just absolutely disgusting.
Love to see it, man. So cool.
And of course, that's just game 1, so we got plenty more to come.
Yes, sir. Back to the foot.
Yes.
So back to the foot.
So we still have, I think at this point it's anyone's game because we wanted to do it like YouTube and Twitch just to not give someone the advantage if there's answers coming in fast, but it seems like nobody really is getting it. So we're still looking for the Illuvial, who this foot belongs to. If you can manage to guess it, you're going to get 3 LV. And there was a bunch of guesses during the game, but nothing worked. So it's not a Quinks, it's not a Verminio, it's not a Forus, it's not a Tiru.
It's not any of those. Oh, man.
It's not a Gazatep. It's not a Rota, not a Gyro. Keep guessing, guys. It's not a Blaze Knight.
You think that's a Blaze Knight? There's no way. No way. Who said that? No. It's a good guess. It's a good guess. Revo, Tiru. It wasn't it wasn't Gazatep line that you said no Gazatep?
No. I can give another tip. Its base affinity, its dominant affinity is fire.
What? Nane? Fire? No way. This is awesome. I love this.
It gives me a bit of a flashback to the good old Discord days with Kieran's trivia. It's always good.
Except you know what this shows? It shows that Paz is in defeat. All right, everyone, you got to know. Paz,
I wasn't gonna say it.
I knew this was gonna come up. Like while I'm doing the 3rd foot, I'm like, this is gonna look weird, right?
Rylu? Someone said Rylu?
No. Nope. Yeah, we're getting close. Wait, Fernite, Rota, Quinks, Raylu. No. So it is a fiery Illuvial. Keep guessing, guys. Until you get it, we're gonna keep going with the program because this takes a little bit too long. And we're gonna check out the scores. Let's see if they're updated already. I think they should be. Well, you just saw it, but we're still gonna go over and check them out. And then very soon we're going to jump into game number 2 of this best of 3 grand finals. Is it Monarch? Furies asks. Yes, it is. Wait, let me go back right away.
Monarch? No way.
Snipes it. Look at that. Look at that. I have proof.
Oh my goodness.
Yep,
I guess
can
so.
See it now. Yep, I can see it. I forgot that it had like 4 legs. I actually forgot what its legs look like altogether. Well done.
Well done.
Furies.
Is this a second tournament in a row that Furies has won a giveaway in a grand final that he's actively competing in?
That is. It is. It totally is.
He's min-maxing this
Absolute
tournament.
legend. Okay.
Yeah, Furies, please remind me or reach out to me, and we're gonna get those 3 LV to you.
And hey, Aki, if you're watching the stream, also make sure you reach out to me. Let's get you an Illuvitar. I'll hook you up with one this time. That was so cool watching that comeback. I think you earned one from that epic comeback there.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was definitely a highlight of, or one of the top highlights of the entire season so far. Absolutely.
All right, guys. I have one more picture trivia, and the rest are all question trivia. So let's get into this one. It's a foot.
Surprise. Nobody.
It's not.
This one's a little different, at least, though.
Yeah. Wow. Instant Scoriox. G Hamster had it right away.
Oh, wow.
That was fast. All right. GG's, G Hamster. That's the one. I mean, you were fast. What's with the feet today? That's not a foot, okay, guys? That's a snake. It's a snake. They don't have feet. It's its tail.
But now you guys might want to. Everyone's gonna be like going and like moving their camera to like check every body part. They're like, all right, okay, so this is what the neck of this alluvial looks like, just in case it comes into trivia later on.
Now watch out, Paz, they're onto you now.
Yes, I'm scared. No, we're done with the feet trivia. Good job, everyone. I'm glad it wasn't too easy. And yeah, next break
That Monarch card had a stunt. Jeez.
Next break we're gonna get through the other giveaways for all the viewers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, interact with the video you're watching, please, with the stream you're watching. Helps us out a lot. Thank you very much. And I think we're going into the next game already. Players are loading in. But until then, we might be able to check out some more stuff.
Maybe just go over the rankings from that last game, just to 100% go over it one more time.
Is there?
So we've got Lynx first place, getting those 8 points, solidly with the 8 water, uncontested, looking good there. Aki with his crazy comeback with the mud. Nariba, I actually don't remember what he was running, but he was running 3rd place. Fox Spirit with 4th. Fury's taken in 5th. Slicks got knocked down to 6th. Anubis getting 7th, and Borges looking so strong early on, but taking the 8th place was his 7 Earth. I'm wondering, he couldn't hit the units because Aki managed to scoop him up before him, and then he just slowly died. Maybe he was expecting Aki to die, and he just kept waiting and waiting, but then Aki hit all his units, and then Borges just had nothing to get, and really struggled. Yeah, tough loss for Borges there.
And Lynx, though, picking up where they left off on that semifinal. They were leading that semifinal lobby pretty consistently, and then picking it right back up here, winning this one. And I'm, as someone who loves running a lot of water compositions myself, based around like a Scion style, I loved seeing what Lynx did there. And water is not a meme comp anymore. It's actually decent, it looks like.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like overpowered, right? Like if you were back in the days of Ascendant, there were some water gauntlets where if you just managed to let your team charge up, your cannon could delete an entire enemy team with one burst. It was pretty wild. That was a little bit overpowered, but right now it's feeling pretty good. Well, we'll see if it starts to become a dominant comp, but I feel like if it gets contested, it's pretty tough to make a top 1 and 2. Maybe it can make top 4. I'm really surprised to see the rogue comps die so quickly. I think we had both. Who was it? I think that's what Slicks was doing. Maybe that's what Nariba was doing as well. Do you guys remember? No, it was Fox. It was Furies. It was Furies and Slicks. Those were the 2 rogue comps, both bottom 4. So maybe rogues are not quite as good as they used to be. At least I think that's what it was. I don't know if you guys can remember off the top of your heads, but interesting to see. What else?
Yeah, of course, I'm seeing the regular augments pulled up here. We got an interesting little mix here of the ones pre-patch and post-patch, it does look like. But seems like the go-to overall is that the Chronoflux, the stacking attack speed, it's still good just as a rule of thumb. Like you can just put that pretty much on anything, at least find some sort of value with it. But the Arcane Omega Reactor, so that's a new one. I'm trying to remember if that's the one that grants you the Omega power over time or not. Because that would be pretty surprising if it is.
You want to know why it's being used? And I actually know why. That one has 4% or it's 5% maybe Omnivamp also. And
right, built in off the rip, right?
Yeah, off the rip. And that is because all of the legendary augments or legendary augments have been nerfed so heavily. Getting Omnivamp is actually kind of tough. And so people are using that just for the Omnivamp. And then you also get the stacking Omega power over time.
Yeah, that's the Arcane Accelerator here. And yeah, 66% win rate. Like definitely a top augment right there.
Arcane Accelerator is what it was called prior to this patch, though. I'm curious about the new name.
All right. Still in transition. Let's go over to the Illuvials. They still have the same name.
That is true.
And we still have
Titanor being at the top, no surprise.
Titanor, Adorios, Goliath, Adorado. Like these two lines are just holding the top with really high win rates. And then next up is Gazotep and Axon. Interesting.
I feel like Axon is just such a good unit. There's so many ways you can get Harbinger online, which is just really, really quite strong early on. And the game is joinable, by the way, if you want to do that while you're waiting. But I think that Axon, just for its cost, is such a good unit right now. And it fits into so many compositions.
Yeah.
And if you can... You're good.
It has been dominating a lot over the patches now, because it's easy available early on. Bulwark scales nice into the late game as well. And yeah, it's just super well-rounded. It dominates the early game and is still decent in the late game, Harbinger.
I mean, I know I'm never upset to have an Axon on my squad. I'll gladly accept it 100%.
Yeah, every time I see that little Atlas pop in my shop, I'm like, scoop, I'll pick you up. Pretty much in anything. Like that, it's just a good unit. Solid unit. So we're in the game. We got Halcyon C with the stackable free shop rerolls each round. So we're going to see some pretty crazy comps. If Aki is going for Mud solo again, this will be a fun one for him to get 4 Mud pretty easily. Although I feel like that's actually kind of dangerous. I don't think Mud will be strong enough to outlast the late game, because you will be getting bigger team comps. You just have a lot more gold, a lot more MP overall. So you're going to be needing a bigger late game composition in general. But we'll see. It'll be really, really quite interesting to see how people are doing the Halcyon C in this region now with the new patch. That's the thing. Every patch, it's not just like, okay, there's new units, there's new augments, there's buffs and nerfs. It's also that each region, you have to think about how to play the game differently. And that's one of the things I just love about Illuvium. There's just so many new changes. The way the Ranger works, everything could be different.
Yeah, definitely. We have so many different factors that come into each match and make it quite unique. Let me quickly go through the weapons right here. We got Nareba on the Earth Empath weapon. We got Fox Spirit again on the Fire Bulwark Buckler. We got Aki here on the Water Fire weapon. Water Fighter. Same as before, I believe. Water Bulwark Ripple Flail coming out for Lynx. Earth Rogue for Borgas. Air Fighter for Slicks. Earth Rogue for Furies. And then another Air Fighter for Anubis.
Yeah, I think there's going to be
lots of people liking Air Fighter, apparently.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of competition there. We got a couple of, the Earth Daggers, they're going to be fighting over the same units. You got Anubis and Slicks, they'll be fighting over the same units. And then you got the 2 water units as well. The Water Bulwark, the Ripple Flail, that thing can pop. I mean, we've seen it before, but it's something you can't just say, oh, it's just a bulwark. That thing can do so much damage.
Yes, because its ability... Once it casts, the next 4 attacks will deal additional 200 damage, which is a lot.
And then you can get some upgrades that make it 300, and it does it in an AoE effect, and it just chunks everyone. And
it's so much fun.
It is. It has been nerfed a little bit, but it's still quite strong. Crazy team already coming here out for Fox Spirit, who has a Axon and a TNT that early into the game.
In the stage 2 tier 1s is always a great way to start. I want to actually watch Furies, and let's talk about how to play cheap and efficient. All right, so this is what I see some really good players do if they can get the 2 Lynxes early on. He's not even level 5, where some people are already... Actually, yeah, there's a couple of people that are already level 5, like Lynx. Furies is sitting at just level 4. He has almost no units on his bench. He's trying to maximize his economy as much as possible, and he's just climbing with 2 Lynxes. You'll find that if you know how to position and keep your Lynxes alive, they can be complete animals so early on that they'll do so much damage that's all you need, and they're only 2 cost units. So definitely worth, sometimes a stage 2 tier 1 and some other units that it can overpower.
Yeah. You're totally right, and it's really important that if you want to save up money, you don't have to have too many units sitting on your board just being that weight, basically. Because if there is 2 Scarbox sitting on your bench, you're losing 1 income straight up with 10 gold being locked up in those. Especially early on, you want to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, and Pez, I don't know if you want to just quickly scroll through all of the players. You can see who's re-rolling, who's spending those free shop re-rolls, and who's just holding. Furies obviously is holding nothing. He's keeping all of his re-rolls. He's probably going to go for a more higher tier composition because he got those 2 Lynxes early on. But some of these people have already re-rolled so much, like we saw with Fox Spirit getting a couple tier. He's got 3 stage 2s now. I think Naribo's the other one with already has Granite online with a Kukulus as well. Really quite interesting. We also have Lynx that's slamming quite a few units as well. Yeah, we're going to see who manages to pull through. Will Fury's not rolling hurt him later on?
Yeah, top of the board battle here between our 2 leaders. Like you said, let's see if these Lynxes can pop off, or will they get overshadowed here. Immediately diving into the back line, it's going to be the Ranger going up against the Polar Bear, but the 2 Lynxes being able to pair up and take care of whatever target they please has been doing a fantastic job. Finally going to be stunned up, though, by that Grocko, and that is going to be the turning point here in this battle. Furies, the perfect game is over, shut down by Anubis.
Yeah, I think we were expecting it, though. Furies was playing super greedy, keeping his econ very, very safe. He's probably saw Anubis, and he's like, there's no way I'm going to win against this. He's already got a couple stage 3 or stage 2s. He's almost got 6 air online. That's going to be a tough one to fight against, and he probably just tried to position to take down as many units as he can and really just keep pushing economy. He did just level also, so that was probably a natural level. So he's been really, really greedy on that. Getting a stage 2 Lynx there, the Nimble Lynx. He does have quite a few rogues on the back line. He is doing the Quake Maulers. I could see him going into a Monarch Ramfire build late game. Maybe that's what he's pushing for.
And I'm watching Anubis right here, the winner of the last match versus Lynx. And he's going up versus also a tough team. There's already a Scarabog and Arcos that doesn't really heal a whole lot of units. And... well, Anubis is just shredding through him with all his fighters, with the Berserkers online. It is very easy for him to just tear apart those early compositions here.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and the fighters are also one of the other comps that is incredibly cheap. I think you got the Rogues, which is probably the cheapest to get big late game builds, but fighters are the other ones that are really, really affordable. And if no one else really pushes a big fighter comp, that's a good one to push. But there are several fighter weapons in this game, so it's going to be tough to fight, to compete over those items. Definitely see.
All right, I have a chat request. We have multiple fans of Borgas in the chat, so we're going to watch Borgas a little bit and see how he goes. The Brazilian community is coming through. I appreciate you guys.
Let's see if he can pull through here, going up against all these rogues, just rogues all over the board in this instance. That poor little Fleesh is not going to be long for its world. Going to power its laser directly into that Lynx and get taken down. A little bit of a rough start here, looks like here for Borgas. Furious is going to be able to swarm and seal the deal. Rough start for Borgas, but still obviously not out of this one just yet.
I mean, Furies has been re-rolling. He's got 2 stage 2 Lynxes. That's a lot of money that he just dumped. His economy is wrecked. He needs to be winning every one of these fights, or he's going to be really, really struggling later on. And with with several members already going for rogues, that could be really tough for him. But yeah, back to Borges.
Yeah, don't see. He might be in luck, because if Furious gets that stage 3 Lynx, he's gonna have the biggest power spike until like round 20 or whatever. And I don't see many other Lynxes except for the stage 1s. So I think he's gonna be able to get that very fast. But as you say, it's a huge commitment economy-wise. So we're gonna see how that plays out for him. But yeah, we have here Borgas versus Aki, our newcomers to the league, who have been performing so well already. And my bet is on Aki right here, just out of experience.
It depends on if they can kill those Templars early on. The Templars are going to be stacking the resistances. They seem to be spreading the damage evenly among like all of the main units. It's looking pretty good actually for Aki, I would say. But the rogues are going to start collapsing on his other carries. The Flish is still totally alive. Big Beam's going to come here, probably going to kill off the Railu, but they are getting tanky. The Ranger will be a hard unit to kill at the end, and that Flish did like no damage. 1v1. But the Templar has stacked. There's no way. And unfortunately, Aki's going to take that away. Templar scaling over time.
What a great fight.
Very rarely do we see a 1v1 Ranger battle to finish things off. That was kind of cool.
It was.
It was nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it is not looking good for Borges. You know, fans of Borges, you gotta give him some good energy. He's at the bottom of the round right here. There are a lot of people that are further along on their rogue compositions. He's gonna have to do something very unique and able to get through this. Furies, I'm just looking at the other composition. He managed to finish his Nimble Terra Lynx. That is going to be a huge power spike, and he's at the top of the lobby. That is going to be something, and Furies is Borges's competition because they're both going with the Quake Maulers. That is going to be tough. I could see Borges. Or go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if Borges maybe is going to change his weapon and actually is going to try to pivot.
Oh, I've not seen that. I've never done that. Have you done that before? I would love to see that, and when that's a good use case.
Yeah, I've never done it in a tournament setting, which usually you want to stay a little bit on the safer side. It's definitely one of the hardest things to do in an auto battler, to especially composition, like transition away from your current composition without wrecking yourself for a few rounds. Like having a smooth pivot is really hard to pull off. We're gonna see if that happens. Right now we are gonna go into a fight versus Lynx right here.
Let's see how it goes. You got a pretty beefy squad here from Lynx. The 5 Borgs alongside the Aegises are going to make things rather tough. Immediately diving onto that Goliath, onto the tanks, trying to disrupt as best as possible. Big heal coming out here from the Archos. Does keep out 2 in the middle, relatively topped off. That heady lasted for quite a while. But now here comes the Raptorus. It is tearing through a lot of these rogues, including in the middle, the rest of the squad tearing through that Penguin, which had all the augments. So this one, Borges' tough time is going to continue as Lynx going to pick that one up.
And Borges did a pretty big upgrade there, too. He went to the 7 rogues. He managed to hit that threshold. He's got 2 Revenant, 2 Predator online. He probably actually was like, okay, this feels good. And then he looked at his enemy and saw 5 Bulwark, 2 Aegis. And he's like, oh, crap. Like, how am I going to punch through that with my rogues? We're just going to kill ourselves on those 4 or 5 rogues. And with a Goliath online, you just hate to see it with the 2 Toxic. I mean, Lynx was in a better spot there. Borges still struggling. I think what Borges could do something is he's got the slapping or stabbing online. No one else is going for that. If he managed to save his rerolls and hits level 7, which he's at now, and then he does a heavy dump, which he did. Oh yeah, I'm looking at his bench now. He's got another stabbing online. If he can get that slashing, that could be a big power spike, maybe helping him get into the top 4. But I just don't see him making top 1, winning this lobby at this point.
Well, we said that about Aki last time, and it was darn close in the end. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and I totally agree with you. He wants to find that slash and to find his win condition early on. Otherwise, he is just so far behind in tempo. It is looking quite good here. versus Anubis versus the air units. I didn't expect this. I thought the air would be dodging a little bit more, just a bit more to push through. But it seems like the hyperactive monkey is gonna finish him off. And the ranger, last unit standing. But Borga still very healthy at 50 health, so he still has time to find this penguin, and we shouldn't panic yet.
Really unlucky with the dust proc there. He probably would have won. Stabin was starting to get ramped up and would have finished off that last the rogue or the ranger from the enemy unit, but the dust hit, and then the Stabin was just doing it. Nothing. You hate to see it. Dust can be something that's so infuriating. You're like, oh, I got this big beefy unit. It can eat your whole team, and then it just gets blinded, and it can't hit anything, and then just gets chewed down. Ah, it's the worst feeling. Unless you have
that was so close. So close until it wasn't. I thought the penguin was going to run away with it, but eventually, exactly like I said, the dust coming in clutch.
El Gaba here in chat says, the change is too situational when you want to pivot into a new weapon. You usually have a team that has multiple options, and the weapon that's offered likely needs to have the right buffs. Yeah, I can see there is still some room for improvement there, because usually when I try to pivot away, the two options given are not very helpful. Like it's a big roulette. So it is definitely very hard to pull that off. We're going into the next fight though already. Borgas versus Nareba.
Rogue's immediately going to dive on in, but look at that bunker. It's completely blocked out the majority of these rogues to the point where even the penguin has to run around to try and find somebody to hit. In that meantime, they're just getting wailed on over and over again. That forest coming through the center is going to make things very, very difficult. Rampy to the skies has no augments though, so it is just going to tickle ya. And unfortunately, that is going to be Borgas finding another L on this one. Nareba shutting them down.
Yeah, it was a tickle, as you said. Super, super hard for Borgas there. One of the big things that hurt him, he put his Revo right in the line of fire of that forest and a whole bunch of other units. It got blasted down before the dust even procced, so he didn't even get that dust proc off, which is important for the blind, but it's also incredibly important to reduce the resistances. And so he missed out on both of those. With a big pack like that, doing the dust proc actually is almost more beneficial to get the resistances down, so your penguin can do a lot of damage. And we do see Slashing Online right here. Can it defeat Fox Spirit? What do you think, Paz? You think he's going to be taking this one?
It looks like it's gonna be a tough one. The big penguin is gonna try his best to get in there, and we're gonna see how that goes. So he first is gonna target the Harbinger Axon here on the side, and 1, 2, 3, it's already dead. Rampy this time hits a bunch of units, does no damage at all though, and it's gonna be a tough one. The penguin already down, it seems like. No, it just changed places to the bottom. It's looking still very healthy. If there's some Omni Vamp, he might be able to do this 1-on-4. There comes a stun though from the Fernite, which crushes the dreams of Borgas.
Borgas has got to be crying. He's just like, why? Why are the timings all wrong here? Like, right as the Slashing got there, that Crunk popped his blind. So then the penguin wasn't doing anything. Then he got hit by a tornado. Then he killed a couple units, but then he got hit by another tornado. That penguin just had so much like just CC. Yeah, it was partly positional. If you get the penguin closer, he does have the augment that does remove aggro, is the phase-breaking impact reactor, which has a cleanse and becomes untargetable. Sometimes you almost want to put him in a better unit, in a better position, so he can auto-attack, not have to waste time running around, and then be able to just use that augment, disengage, keep your other units alive. But it's a risky play, and you have to know exactly how much damage he can take before he dies. Yeah. We'll see. Is this or go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was just gonna say that we did get a crate, and I'm thinking this is definitely a composite crate. He's pulling off all his units so that he can get Predator. It looks like he wanted Predator off of this. He's gonna add Predator to his penguin. I can almost imagine. No, he didn't get Predator.
What do we have? Maybe it was going for the Rogue. Maybe it was just a base synergy crate.
Yep, it was just a Rogue chip.
Yeah, we're down to 28 health here. Aki at 29, so we're gonna see how they're gonna solve this problem this time.
I feel like we've been here before, but now it is here. This time for Borga is going to be diving directly on in. The Polar Bear and the Riley is ready to catch them alongside the Kugelis. see if they can burst them down relatively quickly. Right now, that Pillow Bear looks extremely healthy. Oh god, the shock. 4 shock coming out here from Slicks. I didn't even realize the squeezes might be, or 2 squeezes on the board, just helping proc this as well. It is all down to the Penguin, but look at this board, a 1v6. Can the Penguin make some sort of magic happen? It's a very, very tough task. Not going to happen. And Borges, you're now on the bubble.
That is a rough hit. I was just going to say that I didn't see that shock either. And when I saw that first proc and all the rogues on the left side just disappeared, I was like, oh no, this is not looking good for Borges at all.
I see that shock. I'm looking around for an Ophisto, and it's like, oh no, that wasn't an Illuvial at all. That was the Affinity. It's like beautiful.
And crazy. Borges is in a really bad spot here. He's going against Furies, the other major, his main competition with the same weapon, and also running rogues. Who's going to be able to pull? This is really important. He needs to kill off Furies as soon as he can, so he can start scooping up all of these leftover rogues. But who's going to win here? Looking at the compositions, or go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, Borges is trying his best here. I think he rolled down his whole money. His bench is empty. His ramp fight entered the battlefield, and the slapping. The Penguin is just running around. Hasn't hit a single time yet. Well, the fight is already 10 seconds in. It starts finally. Ramp fight gets a huge cast off in the middle, and the Penguin is having a good time here, slapping, stashing, slashing, and winning the fight for him.
He gets it. Fury's now at 14. It's a battle. Or no, not at 14, 28. It's just showing wrong on the screen there. But yeah, both of them are feeling the pain.
Oh, it's a bubble fight.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I saw our bottom 2 going at it here. 13 health apiece. This is going to get exciting.
Oh, and Aki. Aki has not hit his 4 mud. He's only got rocking 2 at the moment. And he's repositioning, so he has no more money to roll. This is not looking good for Aki without his 4 mud.
Definitely heartbreaking, because they were able to get that last minute 4 mud last time to save their game. But if they don't have it this time, it could mean trouble. Immediately, all those rogues diving on into that Cardelox, which is holding the line extremely well, actually, as of this moment. But I can't say the same for the other tanks around. The back line is gone. No Quinks, no CC here for Borges. But does the rest of this rogue squad hold the line? Ramp fight to the sky is going to take care of one of them. A very bunched up battle here. The Slash It is doing exactly what it needs to with its pals, and the tables will turn this time. Aki is going to be eliminated here first in game number 2.
Right at 0 HP too. That is always super painful. You hate to see it. And now it's Borges is like, oh, I didn't take 8th. I'm feeling a lot better now. The panic is not like taking 8th is like the biggest shame. Like, you just hate that. Like anything above that you can feel tolerable, but taking an 8th, it's really quite sad to see.
Right, I wouldn't call it a shame there, Aki, but I know what you mean. It's just at one point you're like, all right, my new goal is 7th place. This is the goal of this match once you're having a bad game. And I feel like this was the case for Borges and Aki here. Borges getting the better of Aki and now looking to fight off versus Anubis, who is currently leading the lobby, but only at 60 health, so not a super dominant leader. Big cast here from the Verminio. It's looking pretty good. Ramp fight goes up into the air, hits at least 2 units, and the damage coming through finally from that stabbing here, slashing, and yeah, it's gonna finish it off with 11,000 damage dealt. Huge.
Yeah, when you got that augmented applies clumsy on a 6 air or 7 air 5 fighter team, no bulwark at all. They have no defenses. They're just squishy. Like you just get to cut. That's a Slashing's favorite time, when they just get to go in and just eat all these air units who think that they can dodge everything. Not today, and he just managed to chew that team alive.
Yep, disruptive forced reactor is a huge counter to that. Does apply clumsy. For everyone who doesn't know, clumsy means you cannot dodge anymore, which is just the ultimate counter against air units who have like a 40% dodge chance increased.
And if I recall correctly, compared to the last patch, these Slashing did lose a little bit of its Omega Omega power and its attack speed from the Omega. So having an extra snowball effect with that augment is just that nice little bonus to kind of make up for the nerf of sorts.
Yeah, the Super Surger, the ability got nerfed, but its base stats got increased. So apparently the ability was the problem, why it was sometimes stacking up to infinity and being way too strong. And it does seem a little bit more balanced. I gotta give it to the team. It looks like they fixed the Penguin problem. It's not like an insta-win anymore, but it's still like as good as it's supposed to be.
Ooh, and we did get a legendary augment there. We'll be able to see what happens there. We can also see that Borgus managed to get Malura online. Maybe Borgus is going to have a redemption story similar to Aki. If this is a good legendary augment, what did he get? Oh, it was just a regular augment. He got Restoration Impact Reactor.
Yeah, there was also some feedback from the community where they wanted less legendary augments to appear all the time. It's a little bit less exciting when you're spectating, but overall it's a little bit more of a competitive setting and not so much RNG dependent if you get that perfect legendary augment or not.
Yeah, and if we're looking at Borgus, he decided to go with 3 Vanguard. Take it away. Who's going to take this one?
All right. Let's see if the Vanguards can hold up and keep Borgus in. Once again, diving on through, right onto the Goliaths, but at the same time, they got the beef as well with that Malura, so they're able to hold the line at least a little bit longer. Ramp fight up to the skies, right on top of the forest. That was a big damage dealer taking a huge hit, but it still has some shields. It's plowing on through. Can it live through all of these alluvials diving onto it? It will not. Unfortunately, the Crunk was too far away to assist, and it's going to be Borgus' squad collapsing onto that Crunk and taking the win.
And we can see that Furies is now below Borgus. Borgus has held off his competition. Furies is now in the hot seat at 9 HP. Which of the rogue daggers are going to be going out first? The Quake Maulers, I should call it.
Yeah, and Borgus, I think it's exactly as you predicted it. He found his win condition, the Slash-in, early on. He now even put a Malura on top of that, which will help a lot. And then Furies, if we look at his composition, it is running a little bit on random units, right? There's a Gorilla in there, which you usually don't play with rogues. And the Chukundi, so he went for the Predators, but they are not a really stable late game win condition, so a little bit all over the place, it seems like.
They have to play each other now.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Borgus versus Fury.
And Furies is rolling profusely. He's at 2 away from getting a Ram Fire.
Yeah.
But even if he got that without having a Monarch, it'd be tough. He's also trying to run Vanguard, but he doesn't even have... Oh, he has Vanguard with the stabbing. This is not looking good for Furies, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the Slash-in and the Malura on Borgas' side, and then for Furies, we're gonna have this Ram fight, which will have the biggest impact, and the Predators. All the green units swarm over to the red side now, and they're gonna start to slowly but surely target single units and burst them down. So it's looking really good for the triple team right here. For the Vanguards, triple Vanguards just taking down one by one. No chance here for Furies.
Goodbye, Furies. Borgus showing us up. He managed to outlive Furies. Well done. You know, and one of the things that I've actually not seen from this comp is that a Goliath in there, and he was running Granite. That made that Goliath last so much longer. This was a perfect counter to the other rogue teams and why he was able to outlive Fury so much better. Literally, all of the enemy rogues were just stuck on that Goliath for the first 4 seconds. All that initial crit damage gone, and then that gave him a whole bunch of time to chew through the enemy team.
That is respectable. I've never seen Rogue with a Granite Ranger. Like, this is a really cool to see. Like, respect for that, for coming up with that. And yeah, it was, like you said, the perfect counter versus his other rogues. And also versus these fighters that he's going to be facing here. Against Nareba, it's going to be decently well. It's interesting, right? Borgus is almost making the same happen as Aki because everybody is low on HP right now. First place has 24.
I was just about to make that comment. Like, sure, Borgus is going up against a lobby leader, but lobby leader is only 24. This is probably one of the closest lobbies I've seen in a long time here. As we dive on through, Sephora is pretty much left alone. Look for it to slap in, immediately trying to deal with that Goliath, but it has not been able to deal with it until finally this moment. Now it can break free, try to get onto some of these healers, onto some of this damage. Big old pit right onto the Ranger as well. holding the line, but so far it looks okay for Borges. They're going to be able to tear through. They shall live. Nariba is down to single digits.
Flix is knocked out, -5 with his 4 shock team, did not survive. Anubis taking a hit down to 5 HP. Fox Spirit's the only one who's not 1 life away. What a crazy game. Borges looking good. If he can hold off another fight here, he'll probably be top 2.
Wow, I'm
top 3.
I'm really happy that we were able to pick those underdogs to follow along. This almost looks like scripted, our tournament stream today, but this is amazing.
Oh, Nariba just hit, or he's close to 4 Mystic, just pointing that out. But let's keep watching Borges.
Yeah, he's up versus Anubis. Both are fighting for their life. Definitely, they will die if they lose another round. And there is a big Seer in the backline waiting for those rogues. So let's see if they can deal with that. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for him. The Penguin is sitting pretty comfortable on the side, though. So it seems like 1 by 1, Penguin is just going to slash them down. Now everybody's on the Seer. And he did hold out for a long time. Here comes a ramp fight, Omega. And yeah, surely Borges is going to take another victory here into the top 4.
Anubis knocked out. Going to watch Nariba finish his fight. Nariba is losing. It looks like Lynx is going to be taken away with a Rye Plant. Chewing through. Nothing left but a Geyser. Oh, but the Seafirst, it has a Seafirst too. The Seafirst will not die. But it's over for Nariba. Nariba taking out to 4th. Borges managed to secure, get top 3 at the minimum.
Yeah, Fox Spirit has a crazy team himself assembled right here with a Scoriox, Arcelion, a Bloto, a Blaze Knight. So I want to see Fox Spirit versus Borges. I think that's going to be the final showdown. And Lynx has a Rye Plant, so definitely not to be underestimated as well.
Oh, who do we have the money on? I think Fox Spirit's going to take this. He's got the hyper advantage. That Blaze Knight's going to go crazy. The Scoriox will not go crazy, but it's going to have time to ramp up. That is going to be tough for that slash and this chew through.
It's definitely looking good for Fox Spirit. I'm rooting for Borges.
Yeah.
Coming from the bottom all the way to the top. I think he might have a good chance of winning this. Maybe not with the slash in, but maybe has something else in store. Maybe there's a Rampfire coming in the end, which could mean a lot versus Fox Spirit team.
Oh, and we're going to see it. Here's the other thing. Fox Spirit has 3 Aegis, which I just realized. That is a lot of stats with a full Blotto online. That is going to be so hard to chew through. And if he gets the blind off, that slash-in will not be able to do much of anything, even with his clumsy.
That's crazy.
Pack in the corner. Blotto in the bottom. Going to be able to tank for a long period of time. And it's got this Halo Stasis Reactor. It's curious that where are the Aegis buffs going? It doesn't seem like he even cares about the Aegis buff. He's just positioning. Ranger's going to be buffing the Axon. That's like, oh, we got a Gnarl online. That is a huge Verdant. It is going to be so much to chew through.
Everything is holo shining here.
Okay, we dive onto the back. This is going to be a little bit rough here. That Seer is hanging on to all these rogues at this moment. Where is the ramp fight? Off to the right-hand side, up to the skies once again. It's going to take care of one, but the Seer does hold the line for at least a little bit. Penguin is going to come assist here, try and deal with the Seer. Let the rest of the teammates run free. One more time to the skies. Chunks that Mammoth in half. This is exactly the opening they needed. They will breach on through. And that is another one down. Unless I'm looking at a replay. That might have been the case.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Yep, I was looking at a replay.
I'm so sorry. It was a beautiful fight, and Fox Spirit, there was no chance for Borges. It was rough.
We needed a replay of the finishing round from last one because it seems like we had a bit of a rinse and repeat in terms of results.
Yes, that was a tough one. Borges, what did he end up? Second place, right?
I don't know. I'm going to check the official screenshot.
Back into the studio.
Yeah. Borges taking second place, literally a redemption arc, just like Aki. He got the splash in and made it all the way from 8th to second place. Well done. Fox Spirit just uncontested with those wildfire units that managed to scale with the Blotto and the Blaze Knight. I personally think 4 Wildfire is the best comp in the game right now. I've had a couple wins with it. It's really, really strong. Yeah, it's really, really cool to see what they did there.
Wildfire in the last patch was kind of what, at least to me, it felt like a bit of a nothing burger. Like you would have it, but you wouldn't really feel it. So it's cool to see it coming online here in patch 1.13.
Yes, sir. All right, that's 2 out of 3 games done in the best of 3 grand finals right here. And we're going to go into a quick break screen, and then we're going to come back with another raffle for the viewers. See you in a bit.
Like we see here with Fox Spirit, I mean, this Monarch's going to dive in towards that TNT in the back, and if you're not careful, it's just going to get surrounded and popped. But at the same time, who doesn't mind being surrounded by a bunch of people? The ramp fight. So get that lined up properly.
There it is.
And you could be golden, but there is plenty of room for error as we get into this one.
Last second swap, Ramfire over here, so keep your eye out for this area right here. Ramfight is gonna lay down a lot of damage right now. Look at the health bars. And half of the enemy team is dead, which will likely be enough for Nareba to beat Fox Spirit right here.
Oh, and that's one of the crazy things just about the ramp fight in general, right? Because in all honesty, you just need one ability to go off. Bunker composition, like we see here with Fox Spirit, I mean, this Monarch's going to dive in towards that TNT in the back, and if you're not careful, it's just going to get surrounded and popped. But at the same time, who doesn't mind being surrounded by a bunch of people? The ramp fight. So get that lined up properly.
There it is.
And you could be golden, but there is plenty of room for error as we get into this one.
Last second swap, Ramfire over here, so keep your eye out for this area right here. Ramfight is gonna lay down a lot of damage right now. Look at the health bars. And half of the enemy team is dead, which will likely be enough for Nareba to beat Fox Spirit right here.
And that's one of the crazy things just about the ramp fight in general, right? Because in all honesty, you just need one ability to go off. Bunker composition, like we see here with Fox Spirit, I mean, this Monarch's going to dive in towards that TNT in the back, and if you're not careful, it's just going to get surrounded and popped. But at the same time, who doesn't mind being surrounded by a bunch of people? A ramp fight. So get that lined up properly.
There it is.
And you could be golden, but there is plenty of room for error as we get into this one.
Last second swap, Ramfire over here, so keep your eye out for this area right here. Ramfight is gonna lay down a lot of damage right now. Look at the health bars. And half of the enemy team is dead, which will likely be enough for Nareba to beat Fox Spirit right here.
That's one of the crazy things just about the ramp fight in general, right? Because in all honesty, you just need one ability to go off. Bunker composition, like we see here with Fox Spirit. Bunker composition, like we see here with Fox Spirit.
Online as well.
Gosh, that Sinolf in the backline is going to get charged up so quickly, and it's just a matter of where is this thing going to target. At least with there being so much front line, there is a lot of spread out, but actually they did kind of line things up for them. Unfortunate here for Aki. The Riptor being in the back ended up being the perfect target, but it looks like the rest of the team just straight up does not care. They have shredded through that front line. They finally get stalled out by the...
Of course, the mic wasn't on. Sorry for the small technical issues today. So what I was saying is this is the weekly LV giveaway, which means if you have played ranked games throughout the week, your name will be up there. You're gonna have earned some raffle tickets. We're gonna spin the wheel 5 times. You cannot win twice. The first time, the first winner is getting 100 LV, which is roughly around $1,500 at the moment. So this is definitely really, really nice. Whoever gets first place, second place gets 50, third place gets 25, fourth place 15, and then last place gets 10. I'm going to check these numbers once again, but while I do, we're going to roll it and going to see what happens. Good luck, everybody. And we're doing this every weekend, so make sure to play games throughout the week, and maybe you can be as lucky as Unhappy from Hype right here. He was in the tournament, didn't manage to get in the top 8, but he managed to get 100 LV. Congratulations, big win right here. GG's. Well played. All right, that's 100 LV. Let's spin it again for 50 LV for second place and see what happens. Who's going to be the lucky one? We got Ola Frodo. Congratulations, Frodo. You definitely deserve it. One of the hardest grinders that we have in Illuvium. GG's. 50 LV going out to Frodo. And we're going to spin it again for the 25. 25 LV going to Awake Darkness 69. Congratulations. And we're gonna spin it one more time for 15 LV. Fourth place right here. And it is going to Seven Devil. Congratulations. And last but not least, for 10 LV, fifth place right here, we are going with, it looks like Furies.
No way.
All right.
No
Furies,
way.
Furies is just cashing in left and right. Congratulations. Good on you.
This is why I say you gotta spin it a couple times. You gotta get that RNG out of the way a little bit. You gotta give it a couple rinse and repeats.
We spent it 5. He came out at the 5th time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, he did. Whatever. Furies, your luck is insane. All right. Congrats.
That is incredible.
Yeah, love to see it. All right, I think the players will soon be loading in, but we have a little bit more time. I think they're gonna start now, so maybe we have one more time for some trivia questions, because I prepared more. This one is going out, well, it's going out to anyone, YouTube and Twitch chat, because I don't think you're gonna be very fast with it. How many tier 3 Illuvials are there? That's it, that's all. How about you guys? What would you guess, just on the top of your head?
Oh, I think it's like and are you talking about like all stages also?
Yeah, all Illuvials, not just lines.
Or is it 36?
It's a bit too much. Or it's above, let's say.
I don't even have a ballpark.
Is there 8? How many? I think is it 24? 24? I don't know. It's 8 to 11. I don't know how many there are off the top of my head. I'm curious if we can go over the standings though before we start this game, so we understand.
Let's do it. Definitely, we have time. People are gonna bring in their numbers. It's not 8, it's not 17, it's 24. Soto wins.
Okay.
3 LV. Well done, Soto.
Yeah.
GG's.
Yeah. Caveman, when you said 24, Paz's face immediately changed. It's like, oh, yep, there you go. That's it. Go.
I don't know why I thought 11. I knew there was 8 tier 3s, and I'm like, okay, just multiply that by 3, and I was like, shoot, well.
Yeah, I think my face gave it away.
well, Soda also said 8, and then he's like, okay, 24.
Yeah. Here we got the scores.
Oh, baby, I'm going to see these. Okay, so what do we got?
Now, this is after game 1?
Yes.
Oh, there it goes.
All right. Little refresh. Yeah, this should be it, I think.
Yep.
Slicks at last place. That's the first thing I see. Holy moly.
All right. So we're looking at Lynx. Lynx had that huge win with the 8 water at the beginning. I don't remember exactly what he played this second. I don't even think we watched a single game of his. Somehow, just we didn't see much, but he placed okay, and is now in first place there. Fox Spirit taking second, consistent with that Wildfire comp dominating. Nariba holding line with third. Borges popping in the top 4. Aki's at bottom 4 in 5th place. Anubis in 6th. Fury's in 7th. And Slicks in 8th. We have a 3-way tie for the bottom 3. So they're going to be fighting heavily to get out of there, gain some progression. But there's a big gap between 4th place and 3rd. Wow,
Yep.
8 points to 11, and then 11 to 13. Lynx and Fox Spirit are in a really good position right now.
So our favorites right now, definitely Lynx and Fox Spirit, like you said, but I feel like it's still everyone's game. Even the bottom players, if some stars align, no, they can't. They're out. They're 8 points already behind. So our 6-pointers cannot win anymore, but everyone else has definitely still a fair chance of making some grounds in their placements.
Aki and Borges.
Links are... Oh, good.
No, go ahead. You take it.
Sorry, I was just saying, I can't remember. Lynx and Fox Spirit, have they actually won an IPL yet? Like any of their events? So they're both eager. They're right in a sweet spot position. That's going to make things interesting as this goes on.
I know Fox won the first rental rumble that I hosted a long time ago, and he managed to secure that one. So he's definitely a competitor. He can finish it, but will he choke here? And will Aki and Borges, our comeback story, somehow take first place? Love to see that come out of nowhere if both Fox Spirit and Lynx manage to take bottom 2.
Yes, sir. And
the script writes itself if that happens. My goodness.
Yeah, everything is scripted today, as is our question for another 3LV giveaway for the viewers. How many water illuvial lines do we have? Any guesses from my colleagues here?
What was your question?
How many water illuvial lines do we have? So how many lines?
It's 9? I'm gonna say 9.
I was about to say 9. Quickly pass, show your camera off. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a bit more than that, because there is also TS0 and Lynxes, right?
Lynx?
Oh, that's true.
Just TS0
I wasn't even considering the tier 0s.
Yeah.
We're talking about all stages too. Oh, geez.
All lines, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like 36 or something. I don't know.
Just the lines, not the illuvials. Someone will figure it out. Until then, we can already connect.
There we go.
Oh, are we connecting? Oh, shoot. Wait, what's the score? Let's get in there. Final
Crimson
game
Waste.
of IPL.
Oof.
Oh, it's Crimson Waste too? Oh, nasty. I hate Crimson Waste. I'm really bad at Crimson Waste games.
It is a fast-paced game in Crimson Waste because you will be taking extra damage. 3 additional damage to players with more health than you.
Hey, Paz, real quick.
Okay.
I don't see
It's
the stream on my side.
Yeah, I made the joke about hiding your camera, and I think you hit everything on accident here. So,
okay, OBS.
We don't know exactly which screen.
Good for me, but maybe I screwed up something else. Okay. I'll come back to that in a second. Alrighty. There it is.
Cool. Paz, I don't know if you want to share, or Silent, if you guys want to share your thoughts on how do you play this? Like, with the dealing 3 additional drone damage to players that have more health than you, is there any specific strategy you do? Like, I really just kind of play this normal, knowing that the game's going to be shorter, but what is there anything you guys do differently?
I think
I naturally...
Oh.
I naturally find myself at the bottom of the board anyway, so if anything, I'm doing more damage to you instead of receiving it. So I am completely A-okay, like, playing a slower game off the rip, and maybe around, say, that level 7, level 8 mark, or like around round 15 to 20, really slam on the gas and then try to start hitting you before you start finding those tier 4s or 5s that you really, really want. But at the end of the day, it's, I guess, similar to yourself. Like, I don't take it too much into account compared to, say, something like a Brightland Steps.
Yeah, I would agree, because if it was the other way around where you just receive 3 more damage, I think then you would play it differently. But because it's just
Right.
to the high health players, I think it's just a normal game, just a little bit faster.
Yep.
Well, a little bit. We'll see how fast it's gonna go down. And this is best of 3, and this is the 3rd game. This is the final game of the Grand Finals in the IPL 250. And we're starting strong. Weapon-wise, we're looking at Furies with Earth Empath, Fox Spirit with Earth Scion, Anubis with Water Bulwark, Slicks, Nature Scion. Then we got Nature Rogue on Aki, Earth Scion on Nareba, Earth Rogue on Borgas once again, and then Lynx is going with Earth Scion.
Oh, this is looking really good for Anubis. Anubis is the only water unit right now. He has the water bulwark. He's already got an Atlas on the board. But then if we look at, there's, what is it, 6 different players with Earth. 3 of them going to be fighting over the Empath with the fighter, or the Earth Empath. If you have an Earth weapon right now, you are not feeling safe. Aki with his Nature Vinebound Cleaver looking pretty good. Slicks with the Emberling Rod. I actually was playing with him in one of the Hype Discord, doing a little bit of testing, and this weapon can actually be pretty disgusting. We'll see if he can manage to make it pop, but I am scared for all of these Earth unit players, especially the 3 Empath ones. They're going to be struggling.
I'm curious, with it now being like chips on a line, final table, did everybody just resort back to Magma? Like trying to think of maybe Magma in the back of their mind with there being so much Earth on the board?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's going to be tough. I mean, I feel like the 4 Mystic is another path that people can win with as well. So they're doing that. They're thinking Mud. They're thinking 7 Earth with Invokers. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, and then Magma obviously as well. But
Granite.
it's in Granite, yep, solid composition. But there's no fire weapons, so that's not going to help them. And I mean, it's gonna be tough. I think, yeah.
Quick shout out, by the way, to Sico Perico in Twitch chat, giving the right answer to the question. 17 illuvial lines for water.
Oh, dang.
Congrats.
There you go.
Well done. Well done.
GG's. All right, Borga starting off strong this time, same as Lynx, both in a win streak at 100 HP on top. And then at the bottom, we see Furies for the first time, I believe. So let's watch Furies, and then whoever beats him or whoever wins the next round, we're gonna keep watching and see who can become our king of the hill for the last game right here.
Now, slightly off topic, but I saw Anubis's battle board, and I have not seen this thing before. What is this one? It looks like a purple temple of sort. It looks beautiful.
Is it the Doka's Dojo?
Doka's Dojo.
Okay, I have never seen this one before. I like that.
Yeah, behind the players you can see the big Doka statue. And yeah, it's Doka's Dojo with all the tier 0s. And this one is actually very... I think it might be the cheapest one to get. So the way you get this is, I think you own all tier 0 Illuvitars. And those tier 0 Illuvitars cost like 1 cent a piece. So like for 25 cents or whatever it is, you get this beautiful Doka Dojo battle board. Little secret tip right there.
Well, how about that?
Where is mine? This was my favorite too, but I don't think I have it in the collection. Maybe I'm missing some tier 0s.
Yeah, I actually don't have it either. I thought you had to get through a specific wave. I don't know if you can get it anymore. I thought it was exclusive, but
maybe
if not, I need to scoop that up.
Yeah, maybe it's an ongoing reward. Maybe it was just time limited. We'll have to check that out. I do have a little visual bug here. I don't know about you guys, but I got some moonwalkers.
Oh no, that's the worst.
From the carousel. I think I have to reconnect.
I was gonna say, yeah, if we need to reboot, might as well get it done nice and early here.
Yep. And I'll just talk about overarching. We've got Borgus looking pretty solid with 100 HP. He's got 2 Dust online already, 4 Rogue, and he's got a Stoic Links for the Bulwark. It looks like he's going to try and rerun the exact comp he did before, and I think he's trying to roll early because he knows there's going to be competition, and because there's just so many other Earth units out there. And then you've got Aki with the Nature Vinebound Cleaver. Could be interesting. But go ahead.
I mean, good start here for Borges so far, though, leading the lobby with 100. Furies, we haven't even made to round 10 yet, and they're already down to 70. So whatever happened there, that must have really hurt.
Ooh. Aki, who he's going against, has a stage 3 Fire Grocko with a fat phasing status react. Has 15% health shield. It's going to be an absolute tank to chew through.
Backed up by the Stoic Links as well, so that is a brutal front line to deal with.
Yeah. Now, Furies does have Granite online, so the Ranger tanked a whole bunch, but it's not going to tank a lot from 3 Bulwarks, so that first 4 seconds is not very beneficial. We're going to see what happens. This Ranger's just going to lifesteal, taking down that Carlox, but dying at the same time.
It's all up to the Axon and the TNT. Story that keeps repeating itself, and they are gonna get the better of these links, it looks like.
Slowly but surely, chipping away at it every chance they can, and yep, that is going to be enough.
Beautiful. Well, that is gonna be it with the win streak for Borgas. And we're gonna keep watching Furies for one more round.
Yeah, I'm curious. He's got an Enchanter locked in now. Is he going to start picking up Kukas to try and get a Kukulus? Or what is his plan? Oh, he's got 2 Apons. Maybe he's waiting to get Mystic online. Just needs that last monkey to try to really lock that in. His positioning is quite nice. He's putting that Ranger up, so it's going to tank 5 units right off the start here. This is going to be really good for that Granite positioning. Take it away.
They want to hold the line for just a moment's time here with the Ranger, but they immediately focus down this Grocko. It should not be long for this roll. Ranger on the other side with that Scion staff, going to get 1 charge off before it finally goes down to the Valente. Takes it off the board nice and quick. Shot there from the Valente as well, trying to get that silence off before the Heady gets its blind off. Does come out anyway, but it does not matter. There's still too much firepower here, and that is going to be the win here once again for Fury.
You can just see that Axon just holding so much. Although all the items on there really keeping it alive. It's got, you know, the Arcane Omega Reactor. If you look at how much it healed off of that, I don't think it was actually that much because the Axon didn't do too much damage, but it's just such a unit. I feel like almost any comp you want him.
Interesting augments. Like, it definitely not the ideal augments with stacking attack speed. The stacking Omega power is pretty good. But yeah, again, the main carry for the team, it's funny to me that TNT didn't get any augments. It could really benefit from one of those stacking attack speeds, but yeah, usually if you get all the augments onto one unit, the augments are gonna enhance each other. So you're gonna get more out of them if you funnel them all into one unit. We see the same going on for the Exalted Nature Flish in the enemy team. With triple augments, it's gonna cast its laser right now. That's gonna do a lot of damage. But not enough to get through the bulwarks, so we're gonna wait for another cast, but overall, red side is looking very similar, but just a little bit stronger. Here comes another Flesh Laser, and that's gonna be it for Furies. And we are gonna follow Slicks along, our currently last place, trying to redeem himself.
Yeah, and Slick's not having any competition with an Emberling Rod. Pretty nasty. And an Exalted Flesh. Nice pull. It's going to give him a lot of economy that he's going to be saving for a pretty strong unit. Very interested to see where that goes. And he does have Harbinger online as soon as he gets that 2 more Atlases. That's going to give him a great front line. The way you want to play this Emberling Rod is you just want to make a huge front line. Group all the enemy units in one spot and then just drop this nuclear bomb. Because that Emberling Rod can do a significant damage, especially once you get some of the upgrades where it can have basically a second eruption, doing an additional 500. And we do think that is also ×0 mega power. Could be really, really interesting to see how that explodes.
Yeah, that extension for the weapon is already online. Delayed Blossom.
Oh, it's...
He has already got it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
It's one of the most satisfying weapons to use
Oh,
in
yeah.
a game, for sure.
It's one of your favorites. I
Assuming it
remember.
actually goes off, though, because there's a lot of times, too, where it'll shoot at a unit that immediately, like, dies before the bloom goes off, so it does nothing. So it's kind of risky, unless that's been changed, but I know we don't see it a whole heck of a lot, and I feel like it is due to the inconsistency.
Oh, see, but this will be an interesting one. Without a proper front line, Slicks could struggle against this massive front line. All the rogues will be safe behind him. He'll cast the first cast on these massive bulwarks. It won't kill them, and then these rogues will come back to finish him off. He's got 4 Scion online.
Yeah, I think Slick's got this because he has enough sustain against those rogues, hopefully, to then just one-shot with the 4 Scion. He should have enough damage as well. It's gonna come all down to this slashing right here, and if it's gonna be able to chew through those bulwarks fast enough. We have the enemy stage 3 Rocco right there doing a great job tanking. Gorilla now jumps onto the squiz, able to take him down in a few hits, but we are still looking at the slash in, now able to go into the backline, and that's gonna be it for Slicks.
And that's exactly what I was just talking about, too. They fired off the Ember Bloom rod, and it went into the Groko as it died. So it got no value in the slightest.
Yeah. Ranger only did 1,200 damage there. Nature Flesh was definitely trying to carry.
That is sad. Similar to the Arcane Lynx, which just misses more shots than it hits, it feels like.
Yeah. It's, again, so satisfying when it works properly, but again, the misfires are too painful.
Oh, I love an Arcane Lynx. There's so many ways you can outplay your people. If you just you position one way, you just look like a clump, standard clump. There's so many people who just don't think you're going to try and do a positional change last second. Then you move one bulwark up, and they're like, okay, that's not bad. But then you position your Arcane Lynx on the far side. It has the perfect angle to chew through. Oh, those are the most satisfying casts in the world. I love those.
Yep.
Absolutely. Another satisfying thing, though, would be an early game nuke from an early game Ramfy. We do see here from Borges trying to blow up the front line. Actually, they're going to be able to take care of the Lynx and some other members of that front line before the Ramfy even needs it cast. Doesn't even have to cast at all. It's finally going to go up, but it's out of range of the Penguin, but it does not matter. The rest of the squad's there for backup. Aki going to take a solid hit here from Borges.
Borges, our crowd favorite. Let's see what he got.
The support for Borges is pretty wild. All of you guys tuning in to watch him actually do a really good performance in that last match. Can he do it again? Especially with the competition fighting over the same item. Anubis getting a hit there. I was just about to say he's holding the line pretty well with his water. Oh, he's got knocked. Oh, no, he's taking second now. He moved up. But with that water weapon, I was expecting him to be more dominant. But it looks like he's trying to run the Aegis back. Maybe he couldn't get an Axon? No water units were coming to him easily?
Yep.
I mean, we've seen all day how people are just kind of picking up Axons and, no pun intended, but splashing them into their composition, whether they really need them or not, just because of how solid it is.
I think that pun was intended. And I like it.
Hey, I'm allowed puns. I'm allowed dad jokes.
Yes, sir. Slick's got very lucky here, picking up the best augment in the game with the highest win rate, stacking attack speed. And that is very splashable as well. And put that on literally any unit. You're gonna get great value, especially if you have it on a Furiox.
Furiox, yeah.
This is
beautiful. Yeah.
Great augments. That's disgusting.
Yep. Sells the Fleesh. Stage 3 didn't get too married to his find, and now has a way better composition here with just the Furiox as his main carry.
He does something interesting here too. He put the TNT in the back line to hold the line. As you can see, it's going to get this charge. It has a damage reduction when it's in charge state, so I actually bought a little bit of time, but I'm actually not sure that was the best use of that.
Yeah, because his range isn't granite, so
yep.
it felt like he thought it was granite. It's gonna be it. I don't think it would have made a big difference. There was Just a too strong team coming out from Borges. Again, rolling over his opponents. Maybe he has spent a lot of money in his team already, because it seems like he's ahead of the rest of the lobby.
And he's doing a solid job overall here, and it's really cool to see that two of our, or at least I'm going to call them our IPL newcomers, but they might just be newcomers to me, but Borges, Aki, they are leading the lobby here with, of course, then a veteran, Fox Spear, right behind them. Never count them out.
Well, the thing is, we have to be... One of them is going to have to lose, because they're both going for the Vanguards right now. Both getting a stab, and both have a Lulura online. It's going to be tough to find out who's going to be able to secure those main units first. Who's going to do the role? Who's going to win? What are we watching right now?
Borges versus Lynx here. Ramphi is trying to get into the back line. Let's see if he can manage. Nope. It's going to be able to hit the shrimp, but that's going to be about it. And there is just such a strong front line for Lynx. So maybe Borges has found his master. Everything is melting versus the magma here.
Oh.
And they just evaporated.
Yeah, that was absolutely brutal. They dove directly into a brick wall, it felt like.
Yep. 5,800 damage done from the Singe. Okay.
Damn.
What are the augments it has on there? No augments either? What?
What? Who was that? I want to follow. Lynx.
Lynx.
That is crazy. Nope. I'm gonna remember this for the Leviathan tournament on Monday and Tuesday.
No kidding, eh?
Open qualifiers. Hope to see you all there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Lynx found a path. You know, it was contested. Everyone was going to go for Earth, and he went with the magma route. And I think he's uncontested at this point. So, oh, maybe not. Nariba has the same idea, also rocking magma. There's going to be competition there. Also, we have Slicks that has the Furiox and Singe. Lots of people are going to be fighting over the same thing there.
I know personally I have a little bit of a joke that I say to myself if I play in a tournament, that when the nerves start to hit you, play a composition that requires the least amount of repositioning. So that usually entails like some sort of bunker. Now I'm just kind of joking, but with how this is being played out here for Lynx, like for the most part, once you lock it down, you've got the magma for backup and they're just diving into the brick wall. You don't really have to do a whole heck of a lot of outplaying positionally.
Yeah, it's one thing. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Silent. If they had more time, especially in the later rounds, do you think you'd enjoy repositioning more? Or do you like it being as fast-paced as it is right now?
Depends which side I'm on. If I'm on the spectator side of things, I just want you to go fast, all the pressure on you. From the player, maybe a couple of extra seconds might be nice, but let's be honest, most of us are probably waiting for that last second for one final move to try and throw things off anyway. So it probably wouldn't be the biggest deal, at least in my opinion, as we go into our next fight. I'm going to be looking for that Sinolf cast. It should be, in theory, going directly past that Octius over on the top right-hand side. Fires away. It is, in fact, going to be tagging that Octius, bringing it down to half, if not lower. The support coming out from that Ranger Scion weapon coming in clutch as well, but not enough to actually take care of the Octius. It should be able to fire off another cast as well. Had it gotten it off the board extremely quickly, that would have been probably a game turner. It's still not impossible. The poor Furiox in the background is literally shooting nothing here for the green side, so an absolute heartbreaker in that regard, but the rest of the team is carrying the weight anyway. The Sinolf, the Ranger, doing exactly what they need to do. The Snake is basically taking a nap, but it does not matter. Basically playing that one in the penalty box, but still winning shorthanded.
So I want to talk about his bond. I'm curious what you guys think. Right now he's bonded with the Singe, but he could actually have an Invoker online if he bonded with the Furiox. Do you think, which one do you think is more important? Having that tanky Axon or having the stacking Invoker?
Yeah, I think Invoker would be better because he has already 6 bulwarks, right? It feels like he has enough tankiness and needs to catch up a little bit on the damage. So that's a good catch from you. And let's see if he's also going to find that. I don't think he's thinking about it.
Lura.
It wants to dive in.
Back into the corner composition. It looks pretty decent. Lura is gonna be able to cast onto a bunch of the bulwarks, getting huge value out of this tier 3 stage 1 unit. Big laser coming through as well, and I don't see Furies right here having a chance because, yep, those 6 bulwarks are just so tanky. Nothing is dying. That Axon with Harbinger definitely holding its own here in the front line. We can see tanking 4,000 damage already and still going. And here comes a final laser.
I don't know actually. They're taking a lot of damage from the 7 Earth. The Furiox has killed itself on it, and now there's a lot of Mystic here too. So the units are getting stronger each time someone dies.
The heals.
It's not enough.
Adorado, 6,000 healing, just out healing into the overtime. GG's. And also the 7 Earth gives flat damage reduction, and the Sin Elf, the main damage dealer, has a lot of small instances of damage, so that is a big counter to it.
And let's go ahead and take a quick look at Furies. One of the other things that he did, which is really good, he's got the Infusing Void Reactor. And what this does is it increases their healing by 15%, but specifically, it's really important who you put this on, and he has it on the Flood, which was taking those Sinf bones, so he's getting an additional 15% on top of that. But I'll let you guys cast the next one.
So we got 2 of our players in the bottom 3. Bit of a hype team kill. Fury versus Slicks. Fury in the green, Slicks in the red. Let's see how this one ends up going down. Lots of tank on the side of Slicks. And it looks like we're looking for that Emberling Rod. Shot right in the tank line. Did a pretty good chunk, but everybody's staying alive as of this moment. Furiox is finally going to get messed with a little bit by the Goliath stun, but otherwise it is free to just open fire here. But it is going into that Ranger, which is constantly popping a shield for itself, staying very, very healthy. Some of these members on both sides starting to crawl on into that backline. The Singe will fall, and it looks like as of this moment, Fury is going to finally break through. The heal coming out from the Flood, keeping everybody topped off as well. Beautifully done here. Fury, your luck might not be just in the raffle anymore. Winning this one.
Oh, Slicks was feeling good. I mean, he had a different weapon. He has this burst damage, which is great for taking down the granite, but it is just too tanky with the Furies. Getting the Furioxes. I mean, Furies is looking in a really good spot. There's so many people with Furioxes, and the Sin Elves, those do not hurt Earth that much. And then having the heals to sustain that damage, having that hit back from the mitigation is going to be really, really interesting to see Furies come back.
What a fight there. Slicks at the bottom and the bubble. So I'm gonna spectate Slicks right here, see if he can take down Aki, who has found his ripens and a slash, and so good luck against this guy.
Gosh.
This is gonna be tough. It feels like Aki just found all of his power spikes. This was his late game composition, and we're only into round number 21. And slowly but surely, Ripens was taking down everyone, but Ripens has fallen, so Slashin is the last person alive, but it seems like it's doing no damage. It's rooted, it's taunted, it's stunned, and it cannot even get through the Ranger. And that's gonna be it for Aki. Slicks survives to see another day.
Slicks was sweating though there for a little bit. He saw that right play and jumped to the back line, and he must have been like, oh no, because that is not something you want to see. Your Ranger's not going to hit it with that first cast, and he had to have been really scared to see that happen. Furiox, how much health does that Furiox have left over? 183. If that would have died, that...
Are we still on?
Oh, we back? That might have just been me.
I think
Sorry
Caveman cut out. Yeah, Caveman is gone. That's alright, we are still 2 here. And we are just in a carousel. I'm sure Caveman is going to be back in a minute. Until that, then I guess we're going to keep spectating Slicks, or you want to see Anubis?
Well, I'd optimally love to see Slicks play Anubis. Let's see how this one goes, but we won't actually get there. We're in an NPC round. But yeah, 2 players in the on the bubble right off, or going into this round. It's going to be scary. Slicks being possibly eliminated early in this grand finals is definitely, I feel like, new to us, because normally if they make grands, they're within the top 3.
I've never
And I
seen
mean,
Slicks in last place in a
that's
grand
crazy.
final in the 20 or 30 that I've seen him in. So, yeah, definitely crazy to see.
You're the one that said before that every time you cast Slicks in a grand finals, he basically wins, right? So
Pretty
like,
much.
I feel like that's kind of what we're used to seeing.
And I'm not over exaggerating. Like, he has been historically, I think 8 out of 10 grand finals, he wins them. Something like this. It would be cool to have stats going back all the years in our grassroots tournaments. And yeah, it's I think it's refreshing to see. Of course, it sucks for him, but it's really cool to see that we have so much competition now, and that there is really a healthy competition. Every time there is someone else on the top with another team, and everybody is just grinding non-stop to practice and learn the meta and try to get an edge over their opponents.
As we kill the replay, I'm going to take a look real quick at Fox Spirit versus Anubis. Anubis fighting for his tournament life as we go up against the leader of this lobby. Never mind, looks like we're looking at Slick, so let's hop over with that one in progress. Big old beam, going to be going directly into the Flood. The Flood does not mind this. It's going to heal everybody up and keep them topped off as best as possible. The DPS on the back line here on the green side here for Slicks, doing a good job, but the front line is falling. One more water beam going to be going directly into that Flood, finally taking out the healer, but a little bit of a battle. The Scoriox is firing back and forth. The Ranger weapon takes care of both of the carries. A big shot, but the TNT does not want to say die just yet. Ranger and TNT versus the Lone Ranger. Look for that Ember Bloom. It's going to take care of the TNT one more time. Can the cast get off from half health to a quarter? It's right there. They were at both like 0 HP. Who got it?
Slicks is out! Wow. Whatever that was. That was crazy.
That was incredible.
Oh my god.
Heartbreaker there for Slicks.
Yeah,
I thought that
he
final
had
explosion from the rod was going to be enough.
That was crazy, man. We do have a quick replay. Oh. What am I looking here? Furies has only Allura on board?
Just the value of these Ember Bloom shots were so good. The first one went right into the tank line, and then everything else went either, I believe, onto the Mammoth or onto the Scoriox and the Sanalf. But it was still not enough.
I think Slick's great positioning here because he basically has the same team, just worse. He's a Furiox versus a Scoriox. And yeah, the range are really making all the difference, like you say.
Next round in progress, though. Gonna hop on over to Anubis versus Fury. Anubis fighting for their tournament life, and Ariba is as well. But we'll have to see how this one goes. Fury holding the line. So far, so good here for Anubis as well. But that little Allura over in the back line is going to make things difficult for Anubis. It's stuck focusing the dang thing. Big stun stops a tornado coming out as well. That Burn Knight, unfortunately, got next to no value. But there are still some very tanky bodies here on the green side here for Anubis. Fury trying to plow through, but they also going for that Ampeth and Mystic kind of style. Don't necessarily have big firepower until those go off. But here comes the Forest. It found the healers as well, tearing through from the right-hand side. But the overtime pulses should be coming in shortly for a little bit of backup, and that alongside the additional healing from Furies should, in theory, be enough. And I believe that is now an elimination. That will be Anubis falling in 7th.
Slicks first, now Anubis, and Aki is down at the bottle with his slash in though, so he's looking pretty good. Also the right plants. We're gonna watch him go up against Fox Spirit, and like we said, it's gonna be a fast one, and the leaders are gonna take extra damage. So everybody is again very close together. First place, 36 points right now, more than last time. But yeah, not only one person on the bubble, and many people are just one defeat away from the bubble. So right here we go. We have Air versus the Rogues. Air versus the Riflens, basically. That's who we're watching here in the middle. The Scorpion hacking away at the Jotun, but it dropped the aggro, turns around and finishes off the Scorpion. Big win right here from the red side. Very dominating.
Jeez.
No chance for Aki. No chance for Borgas, going out in 5th place, and we have our top 4 locked in here with Nareba, Fox Spirit, Furies, and Lynx.
Our heroes from game 1 and 2 are both out of here, which makes this extremely interesting because, if I recall correctly, that's now 2 of our players near the top half of the leaderboard. We know Fox Spirit is up there. They're loving this. Nariba's up there. Furious is having a good one as well. And it looks like, actually, no, Nariba got eliminated. They got eliminated in 5th, so that's going to be a 4th place finish here for Borges. Your podium for game number 3 has been set. But now we have Lynx, who's been doing fantastic this entire grand final. Fox Spirit right behind them, I believe, by 1 point. And then Fury Hype is looking them get a massive jump in positions after having a relatively quiet game 1 and 2.
Exactly. We have quick recap on the current leaderboard after the first 2 games. Lynx is sitting at 14 points. Fox Spirit is sitting at 13 points. So this is about the tournament win. If Fox Spirit actually managed to go first and Lynx second, then it's going to be a tiebreaker. Otherwise, it's going to be decided. So, yeah, Lynx just needs to stay above Fox Spirit. And he's going to have an easy time. We're going to see how that turns out as we're watching Furious versus Lynx right here. And the green side is doing well. I always love to see that Magma with the Scoriox. Getting stumped by the Goliath, though. And there is so much healing on the red side with that Gazier, with that Adorado. And yeah, the sustain is looking just too big here for Furies. And he's going to take down Lynx. Double takedown.
Oh, Fury's looking to play spoiler, and this would be absolutely crazy.
Yep. Fury's currently sitting in 7th position. So yeah, if he wins this one, he's definitely going to be able to maybe even jump into the top 4. Get a lot more IPL points and a lot more of that prize money.
Might be that new profile picture smell. I had to do a double take. I looked up to the top there and I thought I saw Falco Lombardi, but no, that is a hollow foe, if I recall correctly. So a new profile picture, ready for the tournament. That extra cosmetic hype, I suppose. And leading this lobby, a very close lobby.
Looking good. On a big win streak as well. That means he has a lot of money already going into this PvE round, which will spit out another 30-40 gold on average. So that's going to be a big reroll to try to get some more stage 3 units. And I assume it's going to be the Adorius that he's looking for, at which point he would have 4 Mystic, and I think at which point he would win the tournament.
I mean, you find that thing, it heals so much. And if they're already having a hard time beating your sustain, you're not beating that thing.
Yep, Fox Spirit also still has some room to improve. He's still level 6. Is that right? There's 6 units only on the board.
I see 8 here for Fox Spirit.
7, 8. All right. He was just removing them for an augment, I guess. So Fox Spirit is going up versus the Ghost. So let's watch Lynx, who is fighting Furies right here. That's going to be an interesting one.
Mean, a loss at this point could very well be their tournament life and could very well be the Grand Finals loss, considering Fox Spirit's still there.
Yes, sir. All right, so we are looking at 6 Scions here on the side of Lynx, and then on the side of Furies, we're looking at 3 Mystics still. In the backline, Lolura manages to sneak into the TNT, but that's gonna take quite a while. The Sinnoh has a nice laser onto the Ranger, and yeah, the stun is also missed. So interesting positioning here. I think what we're gonna look out for is the Forest, main damage dealer for the red side, and he found a nice angle onto yet another tank. Is going low on health, but heals are soon gonna come in, and it just seems like red side is unkillable. Here comes another laser, taking down Adorado, one of the main healers. So that's gonna be interesting.
They take down the healers for the most part, but they still have to deal with that Forest, which has been able to essentially free fire for the most part. That Sinnoh got so much value. It had so many good water beams, but it is still not going to be enough to get through. So we have Fury versus Fox Spirit as our final 2.
All right. I think we have Caveman back. Welcome back, brother.
How's it going, everyone? I think my house just got hit by a lightning bolt. So
No kidding.
It actually fried my camera transformer. Like my whole thing
What the
is
hell?
messed. I only have a camera from my laptop, unfortunately. Sorry, everyone.
Well, I'm glad you seem to be all right and nothing burnt down. So that's good news.
Apparently,
Yeah, and
they're
you-
cosplaying the shock affinity. What the heck? My goodness. Because
No. So
And
someone
what are the
else
chances?
is whoever I'm battling against. They're in shock and they're shocking me right now.
And you came in the right moment. We are in the final moments of this best of 3 grand finals for the IPL 250. It's Fox Spirit versus Furies, and they are leading the leaderboard right now. So whoever wins this battle wins the tournament.
Gonna be a very, very exciting, close one. Oh, actually, hang on. I gotta glitch. You take this if you can.
Yep, we got 4 Mystic and a Dorius on the side of Furies right here, so that's gonna be very game deciding, I think. It doesn't look too good yet, but look at that Goliath. Everybody's hitting it, but it just gets healed back up. It just doesn't want to die. Now it's getting thrown back by the Mammoth. Still holding on, but now this gives everybody a chance to focus on the Forest, who is now holding on to its steel life. Goes down, and yeah, it seems like all out of option for green side, and there's just not enough damage to take down units on the red side. Red side is just dodging, healing, and doesn't want to fall down. And even with the 4 Mystic, it seems like Fox Spirit right here is gonna take this match. Is he gonna do enough damage? Down to 3 HP.
And what's crazy about that is actually the secondary carry, which you don't actually think is actually the Cuculus. It did over 11,000 damage, and then I couldn't see the shields and healing, but because it's got 3 Mystic, that was probably more healing than the Adorius and the guys who are on the opposite team. It's crazy how much that shield can actually start proccing. When you give that Hyperforce Reactor, the stacking attack speed on a Cuculus, it is crazy to see.
That's so cool. Yeah, Hyperforce Reactor in the late game. Definitely so strong. And here we're gonna go into possibly our last fight.
Yeah, it's all or nothing now here for Furies. 3 HP to try and bring this one back, but of course we're having such a tough time cracking that front line. We're going to have the Ladura in the back line messing with the Kukaraf for as long as they possibly can. Forest in the front line getting messed with by the Mammoth, constantly shunting Illuvios over and stunning it up. Big heal going to keep it alive at just the last possible second. It was down to a quarter. Slowly but surely, some of these Illuvios on the red side are actually starting to fall. But here goes the deer. It's going to hang on by a last second as well. And now it's basically up to full HP. Furies is not out of this fight. The position looks a lot better. The only major damage is coming out of that polar bear off on the right-hand side. And now the flood is down. There goes another healer. They broke the wall. It looks like they're going to be able to do this. Fox Spirit, are they eliminated? Are they by a thread? No, that's it. Fury is going to take this one.
What
Wow.
a crazy match there.
Well played, GG's, and well, Fox Spirit seems to have. Well, we're gonna check later. GG's. That was such a cool final where Lynx was able to beat Fox Spirit. Then in the end, really cool.
That is another one that I absolutely love is the 6-air Tempest build. I think the best unit in the game is like Matu for tank wise. He's just an absolute unit. You cannot kill him. If you get Tempest on him, he is just unkillable. And you could see that. And I think Furies won the game by one very pivotal positioning, and it's putting the Force right in the center. That way it wasn't ever getting really attacked by anyone. And its cast wasn't going through many, but once it killed the first one, then it turned on the Matu and it was casting through it, hitting 3 units. And one of those was the Kukaraf. And it was able to snipe the Kukaraf from behind. And that, I think, is what won the game there.
Let's check actually the replay.
Oh, do we have a replay? Oh, yes.
There we go. Full fight replay.
So it's chewing through the Gazotep, which you also want to kill off because of its enchanter effects and just so much shields and healing. So eventually you get through there. I thought it was going to go down. The force got really low right here, but it's a huge heal right here. Boom, back to full health. And it's chewing out that Kukaraf, or the Gazotep, Boom, Gazotep's dead, and it actually wasn't casting through. It's casting through one unit. It's killing off the Ranger, which is another Enchanter unit, and it's sniping through to the Kukaraf. Look at that Kukaraf, already at half health, getting it sniped. Oh, but then it got pulled away. I didn't realize it got pulled away. Either way, it killed off the Ranger and the Gazotep, which is 2 in the Enchanter units.
And crazy, also in the backline, Lulura was able to take down the Flood. And yeah, crazy how... Because in the fight before, Fox Spirit was dominating, and then everything changed with just positional difference.
I'm so curious, did Fury have second win as a drone augment? Because the big thing that's still a question mark in my mind is how did that deer stay alive to begin with? The Flood's heal came up eventually, but it was after some sort of burst heal happened. And that wasn't from the deer themselves. I'm very, very curious where that came from, because that kept that deer alive and allowed for that team to have that big old burst heal that got the job done.
Yes, sir. Let's check out the standings.
Oh yeah, we can actually check that now. We got the end screen.
Yes, sir. There you have it. Fox Spirit wins with a tiebreaker, allegedly. Maybe this is still a subject to change, but it looks like Fox Spirit in first place, followed by Lynx with same points, but worse performance in the last game, which is a very fair tiebreaker. It came down to, in the end, those two guys battling it out in the top 3. Then we have Nareba with 5 points difference in third place, 14 points. Furies managed to get up there with his win in the end from, I think, 7th place. We got Borgas, 13, Aki on 11, and Anubis and Slicks at 7th and 8th. GG's, well played.
Wow.
It's absolutely incredible. So Fury's getting in there and messing with Lynx was enough to get the job done. Granted, they were tied on points, but yeah, if it came down to that last game, that's incredible. Some of these tournaments have been so close. It's ridiculous, and this is probably one of our closest yet.
And what was Lynx running? It looks like a magma build. Oh, I can't. I'm so mad. I missed that. Oh, you know that the game is starting to get really good when you're like, I want to watch these fights. I want to see what's going on, and I just missed it, and I'm so bummed. I wanted to see what happened there.
Yeah, it was like magma-esque with a Sanolf and Scoriox.
All right, we're gonna try to get those guys also for an interview, at least 2 of them. That's gonna be cool. And also, there is one more trivia question. One last one, and it is about how many Bulwark Illuvials are there? And again, counting all Illuvials, not just the lines. How many Bulwark Illuvials do we have?
Don't forget the tier 0s.
Yes, sir. Because there is 15 Bulwarks just in the tier 0s. 15 Grokos. Happy counting, everyone. We're gonna reach out to... Who do we need? Who do we want? We want Fox Spirit here, the tournament winner. And then also Lynx if he can make it. And otherwise maybe Nareba if they find time. How's the chat looking? Do we have answers already? 8, 39, 12, 16. Well, 39 seems very close, and that's actually the right answer. Ligiron, GG's, well played. 3 ILV, go to you. Furies still in here batting. Furies, you have won enough. Settle down, enjoy your weekend. And congratulations, by the way, to 4th place. Really, really cool to see that comeback. Yeah, 39 is the final one, and that's all the trivia. So yeah, guys, don't forget, either if you are a player, if you are a viewer, or if you are just something in between, sometimes a player, sometimes a viewer, there's always going to be something for you. We're going to have viewer raffles on our tournament live streams. There is still the biggest tournaments yet to come. So if you do well in those, you have a good chance at getting into the World Finals in December. And yeah, stay engaged. Anyhow, you want to be engaged is going to be very good for us and very good for you. It's a win-win. Love to see it.
And definitely stick around. These next 2 weeks are going to be so juicy. It's going to be fun.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be cool. All right, we're gonna go into just like a 1-2 minute ad break, and then we're gonna be right back with Fox Spirit, our tournament leader, and maybe someone else. See you guys in just a second.
Gosh, that Sinalf in the backline is going to get charged up so quickly, and it's just a matter of where is this thing going to target. At least with there being so much front line, there is a lot of spread out, but actually they did kind of line things up for them. Unfortunate here for Aki. The Riptor being in the back ended up being the perfect target, but it looks like the rest of the team just straight up does not care. They have shredded through that front line. They finally get stalled out a little bit by that exalted Groko, but everybody else has fallen. It was just down to the Ranger. Aki shall survive. And from what looks like to be a dominating position, Lynx is now falling down the board.
What just happened? That exalted gorilla one-shot both of the two carries, I believe. So that and I don't even know if, real quick, we have on synergies. Yeah, the Ranger was still Harbinger and got one shot by the exalted gorilla. That is wild. Absolutely crazy to see. For Mud managing to hold top of the board now. He's managed to knock Lynx off and Fox Spirit. He's got all of these rogues on standby. Got 3 Revenant, 3 Dust. A very solid composition, as we mentioned before this show started. Who's going to take this one?
It's going to be a tough one. We got the fully augmatized Ramfight jumping right here into the backline. It's going to be greeted by the big car deluxe right here. But 5 rogues focusing. It is going down rather quickly. It also has the airship, so it's dodging a little bit, but not enough. Ramfight is going to go up into the air right here. It's going to hit 4 units, taking most of them down, but it's not over yet. As we've seen earlier, the Mud transfers the stats to other units.
Alrighty, everyone. We're here with the winner of this IPL. We got Fox Spirit here. What a crazy game, or 3 games, I should say. You know, honestly, I saw your first round and I was like, okay, I see you doing the Wildfire. I'm a big fan of Wildfire, and then you crushed it in great game 2. How are you feeling about Wildfire and Magma? Do you think that those are the best comps in the game, or what are you thinking around that? Because you played pretty similar all 3 games with small variations. How do you feel the current meta is?
It's not strongest, but I was at good matchup because I'm solo play at first game, and second game I look at weapon of my opponents, and it's for every game, not only for tournament, but from start of game you can understand which comps your opponent will go, and with different weapon you can choose different strategy which you wanna play. And I look my opponent weapons at first and second game, and I decide that I have play corner. I have play corner with Magma, with Aegis or Harbinger, with something like that. And I start at this direction. And no one plays this comp at first, at second game. So it was good for me.
Yeah, well, way to kill it. Way to kill it. I'm sure once you secured that victory in game 2, you were starting to feel really good. You're like, okay, I just got to play really good this third game, and I'm going to be in a good spot. Well, congratulations. You know, and you've been around a long time. What got you into Illuvium? What is your origin story?
I don't understand what you mean.
Okay. How did you first find Illuvium? Where did you find this project and start playing? Because you've been around a very long time.
Yeah, when I come to this game, I start play Overworld. It was at previous June. And like 10 years ago, it was game Pokemon Go. And I very like this game. Like you walk around, you catch something. And when I start play Overworld, it was similar, and I'd love it. I'd love to catch something when we have too much Dark Hollow, and I run around and start play. And then I start play Gauntlet as well, because I play Dota after chess before, I play Hearthstone. So this genre of game was also cool with me. And I start learn this part of game as well.
Awesome. No, I mean, who didn't play Pokemon Go? Chat, or who still plays? I was actually in Paris in June, and there was a Pokemon Go conference at this hostel. I was there for the AI conference, and literally I just saw like 100 people come in. They're all just still doing Pokemon Go. I didn't even know it was still so alive, but it's cool to see that that's what got you in. It's really interesting. You have people that come from TFT, from Pokemon Go. So I'm curious now, talking more forward facing, are you excited for the MMO? Or are you now just fully in the Gauntlet? What is your favorite aspects now?
No. I wait very much this MMO, but I hope this game will be very good because my previous game was World of Warcraft. So
Oh, wow.
I play around 10 years probably genre as well. And I farm raid, I farm dungeons. So I wait this MMO very much because I love Overworld probably more than Gauntlet. But Gauntlet also interesting, especially now when they finally fix this Revenant build and you can play different builds and game become interesting because you can play Air, you can play Earth, you can play Mystic, Corner, whatever. And it's different strategies. But I wait very much this Overworld MMO. And I hope that it will be interesting gameplay, not only turn 3 or 4 buttons. Because in current trailer, I see it's only 4 buttons. 4 buttons not interesting for me. Because I come from WoW and I have to click 60 or 20 buttons in my rotation. So,
Yeah.
and I'm also hope for gameplay like in PoE or in Diablo, something like that, that we can farm mob one by one and farm all day. So I hope it will be good game. And
Well, I know you're vocal in the community. I'm sure the staff has heard your input, and hopefully they're taking some of your considerations, especially if you're a veteran from the WoW family. So that is great to hear. It sounds like Illuvium is the perfect fit for you, especially anyone who's MMO or TFT auto battlers. You can find a place here, and it seems like I thought Fox was here a little bit longer, but he only last June, and now he's one of the top players. What's your rank on the leaderboard? I know you're like top 10 easily, if not top 3. What's your current position?
I am fight with Nareba for top 1 every week.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And he's fighting and Nariva's in this tournament too. So he's just like, oh, I hate that guy. I hate seeing him. when you get in a combat with him, is it just like, okay, there's Nariva, and are you just trying to hurt him as much as you can, or are you trying to win? What's more important then?
At this tournament, I just play my game. And
Okay.
with current meta, all time when I meet him, I know his minds. I know which comp he gonna play. He not flex player, so I
Okay.
see what he play and I can overplay him now because I can play different strategies.
Oh,
Probably he think different, but it's my feeling for now.
Nariva. We can get Nariva in after this. I'd love to hear what he has to say. You're like, oh, well, Fox Spirit's predictable too. He's a joke. No, just kidding. But that's awesome. And so you're with the Atlas Guild. You guys have been around for a little bit too. Obviously, do you want to give a shout out to Atlas at all? I'll try and start doing this as well.
Yes, one day ago, one of the strongest player in current leaderboard joined Atlas Guild, so I am happy. Fancy.
Okay.
Hello. Yes, and we start improve with our guilds because some strong players join, probably other player join our guild soon. And I think we start also doing something like training, like I see in Hype Guild and Nola Guild, people training together. And I also thinking about it for Russian community. It will be probably interesting. We have not too much people with my language, but if game become wide, I hope people come to our guild. And big shout out for our guild master Snake. Thank you him for everything he doing.
Awesome. Well, Fox Spirit, it was great talking with you. I'm sure we'll see you around. Every time I see you in a game, I definitely want to hurt you. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in Fox Spirit. All right, but great game. You have a great day, and we'll just pass it back. I'll see what Silent has to say. But see you, man. Great job.
Okay, thank you.
All
Dang, only
right.
since June? Only since June, huh? And I see Fox Spirit as like one of the all-time vets. I'm seeing them up top of the board all the time, but no, that's still relatively recent, all things considered.
Yeah. Only like a year and in a couple months. I know. Shoot, what is it? Like 2021 for some of us. Paz and I, at least. And Silent, when did you join?
I joined at the first land sale, so that was a while ago, but I've not like been very vocal early on,
Okay.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always pains me a bit to see all these like exceptionally great players come in. Like we had Narkesh who said he played a month and now he's stomping us already. It's a bit tough, but yeah, at one point you realize the some of these players are just built differently, and I love to see it and be a part of it, also from this side, and also to fight it out on the battle board against them. It's always really cool. Yeah, that was a great interview. Thank you, and thank you to Fox Spirit for coming on. We don't have another one lined up for this one, so we're gonna call it here. Please, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and all of this to promote the stream. Thank you. Big shout out to our team in the back end with Quant, Erika, and Tholki being the main actors there. Big shout out to you guys as well, and to Illuvium making a great game, making the IPL possible. Big shout out to the players and the viewers. Without you, it wouldn't work either. It is a group effort. And we've done it again, and we will do it again next weekend with the IPL 500, same time. And I hope to see you all there. Thank you very much for viewing. We're out.
Guys, peace.
Gosh, that Sinalf in the backline is going to get charged up so quickly, and it's just a matter of where is this thing going to target. At least with there being so much front line, there is a lot of spread out, but actually they did kind of line things up for them. Unfortunate here for Aki. The Riptor being in the back ended up being the perfect target, but it looks like the rest of the team just straight up does not care. They have shredded through that front line. They finally get stalled out a little bit by that exalted Groko, but everybody else has fallen. It was just down to the Ranger. Aki shall survive. And from what looks like to be a dominating position, Lynx is now falling down the board.
What just happened? That exalted gorilla one-shot both of the two carries, I believe. So and I don't even know if, real quick, we have on synergies. The Ranger was still Harbinger and got one shot by the exalted gorilla. That is wild. Absolutely crazy to see. For Mud managing to hold the top of the board now. He's managed to knock Lynx off and Fox Spirit. He's got all of these rogues on standby. Got 3 Revenant, 3 Dust. A very solid composition, as we mentioned before this show started. Who's going to take this one?
It's going to be a tough one. We got the fully augmatized Ramfight jumping right here into the backline. It's going to be greeted by the big Cardalux right here. But 5 rogues focusing. It is going down rather quickly. It also has the airship, so it's dodging a little bit, but not enough. Ramfight is going to go up into the air right here. It's going to hit 4 units, taking most of them down, but it's not over yet. As we've seen earlier, the Mud transfers the stats to other units, and it seems like those 2 Mud units have picked it up, almost one-shotting the Ramfight, but it was not enough.
Wow.
Down to 4 8.
Barely holding on there. You know that he's stage 2s. He's almost like 6 air online. It's going to be a tough one to fight against. He probably just tried to position the He did just level also, so it's probably a natural level. Getting a stage 2 Lynx there. He does have quite a few rogues on the back line. He is with the quick fallers. I could see him going into a Monarch Fire build late game. Maybe that's what he's pushing for.
And I'm watching Anubis right here, the winner of the last match versus Lynx, and he's going up versus also a tough team. There's already a Scarabog and Arcos that doesn't really heal a whole lot of units, and well, Anubis is just shredding through him with all his fighters, with the Berserkers online. It is very easy for him to just tear apart those early compositions here.
Sheesh.
Definitely one of the hardest things to do in an autobattler, to especially composition, like transition away from your current composition without wrecking yourself for a few rounds. Like getting a smooth pivot is really hard to pull off. We'll see if that happens. Right now, we are going to go into a fight versus Lynx right here.
Let's see how it goes. You got a pretty beefy squad here from Lynx. The 5 forwards alongside the Apeses are going to make things rather tough. Immediately diving onto that Goliath, onto the tanks, trying to disrupt as best as possible. Big heal coming out here from the Archos. Does keep those 2 in the middle, relatively topped off. That heady lasted for quite a while, but now here comes the Raptorus. It is tearing through a lot of these rogues, including in the middle, the rest of the squad tearing through that Penguin, which had all the augments. So this one, Borges's tough time is going to continue as Lynx going to pick that one up.
Could be knocked out right now. Slicks has a massive rogue army here, a very well statted ram fight that could pop. We've got the what do we got? We have 3 Revenant, or no? It's 2 Vanguard. He's only got 2 Vanguard on the Ranger with the Vinebound Cleaver. Who will take this one?
It's gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna definitely keep our looks out for the ram fight and the Vermilia, doing both big AoE damage, and we have the slap in here on the other side from Slick's perspective. And it is looking pretty good already. Some units have died already. Ramfight goes up in the air, deals a lot of damage, even to the Karo Dulux. And it seems like just the last units alive is going to be the Ramfight with 1 more cast and a dream. It's not going to be enough. Slicks knocked out at 7th place.
Oh, and you know what was absolutely wild was that the Apon was positioned perfectly to stun them, slow them down, and then it was auto-attacking.
So he went for the Predators, but they are not a really stable late game win condition, so a little bit all over the place, it seems like.
They have to play each other now.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Borges versus Fury.
And Fury's is rolling profusely. He's at 2 away from getting a Ram Fire.
Yeah.
But even if he got that without having a Monarch, it'd be tough. He's also trying to run Vanguard, but doesn't have... Oh, he has Vanguard with the stabbing. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Fury, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the Slashin and the Malura on Borga's side, and then for Furies, we're gonna have this Ram fight, which will have the biggest impact, and the Predators. All the green units swarm over to the red side now, and they're gonna start to slowly but surely target single units and burst them down. So it's looking really good for the triple team right here. For the Vanguards, triple Vanguards just taking down 1 by 1. No chance here for Furies.
Goodbye, Fury.
I'm really happy that we were able to pick those underdogs to follow along. This almost looks like scripted, our tournament stream today, but this is amazing.
Oh, no, Reba just hit, or he's close to 4 Mystic. Just pointing that out. But let's keep watching Borges.
Yeah, he's up versus Anubis. Both are fighting for their life. Definitely, they will die if they lose another round. And there is a big Seer in the backline waiting for those rogues. So let's see if they can deal with that. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for him. The Penguin is sitting pretty comfortable on the side, though. So it seems like 1 by 1, Penguin is just going to slash them down. Now everybody's on the Seer. And he did hold out for a long time. Here comes a Ram fight, Omega. And yeah, surely Borges is going to take another victory here into the top 4.
Anubis knocked out. Looking good for Borges at all.
I see that shock. I'm looking around for an Aphisto, and it's like, oh no, that wasn't an Illuvial at all. That was the Affinity. It's like beautiful.
And
crazy.
Borges is in a really bad spot here. Going against Furies, the other major, his main competition with the same weapon, and also running rogues. Who's going to be able to pull this? This is really important. He needs to kill off Furies as soon as he can, so he can start scooping up all of these leftover rogues. But who's going to win here? Looking at the compositions. Or go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, Borges is trying his best here. I think he rolled down his whole money. His bench is empty. His Ram fight entered the battlefield, and the Slappin'. The Penguin is just running around. Hasn't hit a single time yet. While the fight is already 10 seconds in, it starts finally. Ram fight gets a huge cast off in the middle, and the Penguin is having a good time here, slapping, stashing, slashing, and winning the fight for him. Who has a Axon and a TNT that early into the game.
In the 2 stage 2 tier 1s is always a great way to start. I want to actually watch Furies, and let's talk about how to play cheap and efficient. All right, so this is what I see some really good players do if they can get the 2 Lynxes early on. He's not even level 5, where some people are already, actually, yeah, there's a couple of people that are already level 5, like Lynx. Fury's is sitting at just level 4. He has almost no units on his bench. He's trying to maximize his economy as much as possible, and he's just climbing with 2 Lynxes. You'll find that if you know how to position and keep your Lynxes alive, they can be complete animals so early on that they'll do so much damage. That's all you need, and they're only 2 cost units, so definitely worth, sometimes a stage 2 tier 1 and some other units that you can overpower. Another player with a no, it's just Borges. And he's going with the 7 Earth, which he already has online. I know we're not following him, but it'll be very interesting to see that. Now we got Aki, new player in. What do we think? Will he be able to break through?
He's going up versus Lynx right here. Aki versus Lynx. I don't know if he will be able to break it. His rogues are definitely gonna try here in the back line. They're jumping, but Cora Blue is tanking. It looks like Axon might be going down here versus the Lynx. Goes in fact down, and this is looking dire for Lynx. He is still looking pretty good, but the backline is in danger. The TNT will get one more cast off, almost finishing all of the rogues.
Wow.
And Axon let down the team, but that gave TNT an opportunity to step up and be the carry they needed.
Managing to pull, it's level 7, which he's at now, and then he does a heavy dump, which he did. Oh yeah, I'm looking at his bench now. He's got another stab in online. If he can get that slash in, that could be a big power spike, maybe helping him get into the top 4, but I just don't see him making top 1, winning this lobby at this point.
Well, we said that about Aki last time, and it was darn close in the end. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and I totally agree with you. He wants to find that slash and to find his win condition early on. Otherwise, he is just so far behind in tempo. It is looking quite good here versus Anubis, versus the air units. I didn't expect this. I thought the air would be dodging a little bit more, just a bit more to push through. But it seems like the hyperactive monkey is gonna finish him off, and the Ranger, last unit standing. But Borges, still very healthy at 50 health, so he still has time to find this Penguin, and we shouldn't panic yet.
The lower your health goes if you just, delete their entire health bar and not worry about it. My goodness, what a play.
Exactly, and having that Predator really made it help just take that last 10 to 15% off their health too. Now he's going against Borges. Can he take him down?
Borges from Sura here going against Aki on the bubble with 4 HP. It's gonna be a tough fight for both of them. We see 7 Earth and 3 Granite, so definitely a very tanky composition. But our rogues are already in the backline trying to take down the healer, but the other healer is healing him. So as long as you have 2 healers healing each other, it seems like it's gonna be enough. But also the front line of the green side doesn't budge, and yeah, nobody's dying, and it seems like slowly but surely Aki here is gonna take down Borges and live to see another fight.
It was 50%, so that's gonna be really good, especially against these rogues that when they jump in the back line, you just have this Axon you can just tank, and they're just gonna kill themselves on it. We'll see if he positions that Axon back line and really catches all those rogues.
Yeah, let's see it. So we are seeing a 5 water composition. We're still missing 1 for the 6 water. Rogue goes into the back. The Axon is not really in the back, so the Grotto will be the sacrificial lamp right here. And also the Cara Blue is tanking for the back line. It looks pretty good still. The Penguin now has an entry into the TNT, one of the main damage dealers here in the back line. Will be able to take it down. But the Axon is actually the main carry of the team, which is still looking good, still doing a lot of damage. 5,000 coming in from the Axon compared to the best damage dealer on red side with 1,600 to slap it. GG's, Harbinger for the win.
It did so much damage just by existing.
With a big pack like that, doing the dust proc actually is almost more beneficial to get the resistances down, so you're Penguin can do a lot of damage. And we do see slashing online right here. Can it defeat Fox Spirit? What do you think, Kaz? You think it's going to be taking this one?
it looks like it's gonna be a tough one. The big penguin is gonna try his best to get in there, and we're gonna see how that goes. So he first is gonna target the Harbinger Axon here on the side, and 1, 2, 3, it's already dead. Rampy this time hits a bunch of units, does no damage at all though, and it's gonna be a tough one. The penguin already down, it seems like. No, it just changed places to the bottom. It's looking still very healthy. If there's some Omni Vamp, he might be able to do this 1-on-4. There comes a stun though from the Fur Knight, which crushes the dreams of Forgus.
Forgus has got to be crying. He's just like, why? Why are the timings all wrong here? Like, right as the slashing got hit, Aki is like kind of doing a mix of the Berserkers and the Rogues. I'm not sure where his focus is. I feel like he needs to tone that down. He's still only level 5, and that could be something that's setting back.
Yeah, I've found pretty good success in Leviathan with this composition, because in Leviathan the more damage the better. But it seems like here a little bit the sustain, the tankiness is missing on the side of Aki. And yeah, it's Predators plus Berserkers. But if you face versus this right here, versus 3 Toxic, 5 Bulwarks, your damage is likely not gonna be enough. The Rogues here in the backline are gonna be eaten alive by the Scorpion. And we have the main carry here being on the right side with the Ranger and the Lynx. They're trying to chew through, but this Twine alone is such a big, sturdy tree, and they're not going to be able to fell it in this round.
It's going to be a tough one.
But as you say, it's a huge commitment economy-wise. So we're going to see how that plays out for him. But yeah, we have here Forgus versus Aki, our newcomers to the league, who have been performing so well already. And my bet is on Aki right here. Out of experience.
It depends on if they can kill those Templars early on. Templars are going to be stacking the resistances. They seem to be spreading the damage evenly among like all of the main units. It's looking pretty good actually for Aki, I would say. But the Rogues are going to start collapsing on his other carries. The Flish is still totally alive. Big Beam's going to come here, probably going to kill off the Riot Loop. They are getting tanky. The Ranger will be a hard unit to kill at the end, and that Flish did like no damage. 1v1. But the Templar has stacked. There's no way.
survive some of these ropes coming from the left-hand side. The Exalted Monk Carrier works so hard to try and get that. It's going to get bursted down immediately. That Lynx just completely shredding. And Rampies will try and make up for a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, they may have gotten the poor mud. It might not be enough. That's a solid tank line over the right-hand side, but do they have enough damage? Somehow, that Lynx is going to end up falling. How about that Carbox hanging on by a thread? I keep forgetting about that one right there, tearing through. And Aki, you're not done yet. Hanging on, taking out the Reba here. Moving on.
Almost making the same effort as Aki because everybody's low on HP right now. First place is 24.
I was just going to make that comment that sure, Morgan's winning the lobby leader. The lobby leader is only 24. This is probably one of the closest lobbies I've seen for a long time here. As we dive on through, Forrest pretty much left alone. But what the slap and immediately trying to deal with that Alliance, but it has not been able to deal with it until finally this moment. Now it can break free, trying to get onto some of these healers, onto some of this damage. Big
the case for Forgas and Aki here. Forgas getting the better of Aki and now looking to fight off versus Anubis, who is currently leading the lobby, but only at 60 health, so not a super dominant leader. Big cast here from the Verminio. It's looking pretty good. Ramfight goes up into the air, hits at least 2 units, and damage coming through finally from that stab in here. Slashing. It's going to finish it off with 11,000 damage dealt. Huge.
Yeah, we got that augmented platform as well.
That Sinal from the back line is going to get charged up so quickly. And it's just a matter of where is this thing going to charge. At least with there being so much front line, there's a lot of spreading out, but actually they did kind of line things up for them. Unfortunately, for Aki, so that's what they're in the back line, perfect target. But it looks like the rest of the team just straight up does not care. They get shredded through that front line. They finally get stalled out a little bit by that exalted Rojo. But everybody else has fallen. It is just down to the ranger. Aki shall survive. And from what looks like to be a dominating position, Lynx is now falling down the board.
What just happened? That exalted gorilla one-shot both of the 2 carries, I believe. So that and I don't even know if, real quick, we have synergies. Yeah, the ranger was still harbinger and got one-shot by the exalted gorilla. That's absolutely crazy to see. 4 mod advantage. Top of the board now. He's got 3 revenant, 3 dust, very solid position.
Lynx, and he's going up versus also a tough team. There's already a Scout Bar and Arcos that doesn't really hold a whole lot of transition away from your current composition without wrecking yourself for a few rounds. Like having a smooth pivot is really hard to pull off. We're gonna see if that happens right now. We are gonna go into a fight versus Lynx right here.
Let's see how it goes. You got a pretty beefy squad here from Lynx. The 5 Bulwarks alongside the Aegises are going to make things rather tough. Immediately diving onto that Goliath, onto the tanks, trying to disrupt as best as possible. Big heal coming out here from the Archos. Does keep those 2 in the middle, relatively topped off. That heady lasted for quite a while. But now here comes the Raptor. It is tearing through a lot of these rogues, including in the middle, the rest of the squad tearing through that Penguin, which had all the augments. So this one, Vargas's tough time is going to continue as Lynx going to pick that one up.
He can be knocked out right now. Lynx has a massive rogue army here, a very well-statted ram fight that could pop. We've got the 3 Revenant. No, it's 2 Vanguard. He's only got 2 Vanguard on the Ranger with the Vine-Bound Cleaver. We'll take this one.
Gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna definitely keep our looks out for the Ramfight and the Vermilia, doing both big AoE damage, and we have the slap in here on the other side from from Slick's perspective. And it is looking pretty good already. Some units have died already. Ramfight goes up in the air, deals a lot of damage, even to the Karo Dulux. And it seems like just the last units alive is going to be the Ramfight with one more cast and a dream. It's not going to be enough. Slick's knocked out at 7th place.
Ooh. And you know what was absolutely wild was that the A-Pawn was positioned perfectly to stun them, slow them down, and then it was auto-attacking.
So he went for the Predators, but they are not a really stable late game win condition, so a little bit all over the place, it seems like.
They have to play each other now.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Orcus versus Fury.
And Fury's is rolling profusely. He's at 2 away from getting a ramp fire.
Yeah.
But even if he got that without having a Monarch, it would be tough. He's also trying to run Vanguard, but he doesn't even have... Oh, he has Vanguard with the stab. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Fury, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the Slashin and the Malura on Borga's side, and then for Furies we're gonna have this ramp fight, which will have the biggest impact, and the Predators. All the green units swarm over to the red side now, and they're gonna start to slowly but surely target single units and burst them down. So it's looking really good for the triple team right here. For the Vanguards, triple Vanguards just taking down one by one. No chance here for Furies.
Goodbye, Fury.
Oh, I'm really happy that we were able to pick those underdogs to follow along. This almost looks like scripted, our tournament stream today, but this is amazing.
Oh no, Reba just hit, or he's close to 4 Mystic. Just pointing that out. But let's keep watching Borgus.
Yeah, he's up versus Anubis. Both are fighting for their life. Definitely, they will die if they lose another round. And there is a big Seer in the backline waiting for those rogues. So let's see if they can deal with that. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for him. The Penguin is sitting pretty comfortable on the side though. So it seems like one by one, Penguin is just going to slash them down. Now everybody's on the Seer. And he did hold out for a long time. Here comes the Rampart Omega. And yeah, surely Borgas is going to take another victory here into the top 4.
I see that shot. I'm looking around for an Mephisto, and it's like, oh no, that wasn't an Illuvium at all. That was the Affinity. It's like beautiful.
And Borgus is in a really bad spot here. He's going against Furies, the other major, his main competition with the same weapon, and also running rogues. Who's going to be able to pull this? Is really important. He needs that kill off Furies as soon as he can, so he can start scooping up all of these leftover rogues. But who's going to win here? Looking at the compositions. Or go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, Borgas is trying his best here. I think he rolled down his whole money. His bench is empty. His ramp fight entered the battlefield, and the Slappin'. The Penguin is just running around. Hasn't hit a single time yet. While the fight is already 10 seconds in, it starts finally. Ramp fight gets a huge cast up in the middle, and the Penguin is having a good time here. Slapping, stashing, slashing, and winning the fight for him. Yes. The Axon and the TNT that early into the game.
I want to actually watch Fury, and let's talk about how to play cheap and efficient. Alright, so here's what I see some really good players do. Actually, yeah, there's a couple people that are already level 5, like Lynx. Fury's is sitting at just level 4. He has almost no units on his bench. He's trying to maximize his economy as much as possible and just climbing through the You'll find that if you know how to position and keep your loses alive, they can be complete animals. So early on, they'll do so much damage. That's all you need, and there's only 2 cost units, so definitely worth, sometimes a stage 2 tier 1, and some other units that can overpower. Another player with a... Oh, no, it's just Borgus. He's going with the 7 Earth, which is always on the... We're not following him, but be very interesting. New player in. What do you think? Will he be able to break through?
He's going up versus Lynx right here. Aki versus Lynx. I don't know if he will be able to break it. His rogues are definitely going to try here in the back lane. They're jumping, but Blue is tanking. It looks like Axel might
could be a big power spike, maybe helping him get into the top 4, but I just don't see him making top 1, winning this lobby at this point.
Well, we said that about Aki last time, and it was darn close in the end. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and I totally agree with you. He wants to find that slash and to find his win condition early on. Otherwise, he is just so far behind in tempo. It is looking quite good here versus Anubis, versus the air units. I didn't expect this. I thought the air would be dodging a little bit more, just a bit more to push through. But it seems like the hyperactive Monday is gonna finish him off. And the Ranger, last unit standing. But Morgan, still very healthy at 50 health, so he still has time to find this penguin, and we shouldn't panic yet.
The lower your health goes, and just, delete their entire health bar and not worry about it. My goodness, what a play.
Take down the healer, but the other healer is healing him. So as long as you have 2 healers healing each other, it seems like it's gonna be enough. But also the front line of the green side doesn't budge, and yeah, nobody's dying, and it seems like slowly but surely Aki here is gonna take down Borges and live to see another fight.
It's 50%, so that's gonna be really good, especially against these rogues.
So much damage just by existing.
With a big pack like that, doing the dust proc actually is almost more beneficial to get the resistances down, so your penguin can do a lot of damage. And we do see slashing online right here. Can it defeat Fox Spirit? What do you think, Paz? You think he's going to be taking this one?
It looks like it's gonna be a tough one. The big penguin is gonna try his best to get in there, and we're gonna see how that goes. So he first is gonna target the Harbinger Axon here on the side, and 1, 2, 3, it's already dead. Ramphy this time hits a bunch of units, does no damage at all though, and it's gonna be a tough one. The penguin already down, it seems like. No, it just changed places to the bottom. It's looking still very healthy. If there's some Omni-Vamp, he might be able to do this 1-on-4. There comes a stun though from the Fur Knight, which crushes the dreams of Borges.
Borges has got to be crying. He's just like, why? Why are the timings all wrong here? Like, right as the slashing got, the Aki is like kind of doing a mix of the Berserkers and the Rogues. I'm not sure where his focus is. I feel like he needs to tone that down. He's still only level 5, and that could be something that will set him back.
Yeah, I've found pretty good success in Leviathan with this composition, because in Leviathan the more damage the better, but it seems like here a little bit the sustain, the tankiness is missing on the side of Aki, and yeah, it's Predators versus Berserkers, but if you face versus this right here versus 3 Toxic, 5 Bulwarks, your damage is likely not gonna be enough. The Rogues here in the backline are gonna be eaten alive by the Scorpion. And we have the main carry here being on the right side with the Ranger and the Lynx. They're trying to chew through, but this Twine alone is such a big, sturdy tree, and they're not going to be able to fell it in this round.
It's going to be a tough one.
But as you say, it's a huge commitment economy-wise. So we're going to see how that plays out for him. But yeah, we have here Morgas versus Aki, our newcomers to the league who have been performing so well already. And my bet is on Aki right here, just out of experience.
It depends on if they can kill those Templars early on. The Templars are going to be stacking the resistances. They seem to be spreading the damage evenly among like all of the main units. It's looking pretty good actually for Aki, I would say. But the rogues are going to start collapsing on his